Welcome to another episode of The Bastard Sermon. I'm one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker.
Patrick Seta.
And Luke Young.
And today we have on the host of the Super Satan Show. Give it up, boys!
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
The fuck's
Thanks for
going
coming
on,
out,
man?
man.
No, thanks for having me on.
I only know you, I just realized this since you got here, but I only know you as the host of the Super Satan Show. Jason, right?
Yes,
Jason. Do you
Jason Staley, S-T-A-L-E-Y, like the dead guy from Alice in Chains.
But
no relation.
If anybody wants to look you up, though, they want to go looking for this puppet, right? The puppet. If you guys are on YouTube, you can see him. Go for the Super Satan Show,
The
right?
Super Satan Show, yeah. I
Okay.
do actually have some stuff on YouTube. Not a whole lot. Okay. If you go to the YouTube page and you look up anything by me, look up the one called False Prophets, where me and my partner take the puppet to try to get into Joel Osteen when he came to town.
That sounds fucking
Remember that
awesome.
a couple of years ago?
Yes.
He showed up in
That
town.
motherfucker.
Oh, dude. Oh,
I do
dude.
not like that
Oh,
guy.
I don't either. But, dude, like, watch that video and you'll go, oh, my God, this was crazy. There was only one thing I wanted to do was take the puppet up to Will Call window and be like, we have laminates. We have backstage laminates. We're on the guest list. And, like, the guy looked at me like I had a dick growing out of my head, you know, which I fully expected, right? And that happened, but all the shit that happened before and after was completely unscripted. And if you watch any video I ever do, that one is the one to watch.
But all the other stuff is like live Facebook stuff, right?
Yes, yeah. You can catch me on the Facebook Live, my Facebook page, The Super Satan Show, or there's a meme group if you like memes and stuff that also by the same name, The Super Satan Show.
Fuck yeah. And we all want to get into this. We have 1,000 questions about the
Okay,
puppet,
all right,
the show.
Okay.
Thousands.
But you walked in here and said that you'd listen to the John Hayes episode.
I did.
Shouts outs to John Hayes from Flesh Mother, that bad motherfucker. And he
Yeah,
starts
dude.
off with a killing a chicken story. And you were
Yeah.
like, I can fucking top that
I got one better than that.
What?
This is probably the most horrible story I've ever heard. Okay, so
Yep. Buckle your seatbelts.
I'm playing Fallout New Vegas at
Love
my
it.
house. Yeah, me too, right? My dude comes over and he's like, we're smoking a joint, and he's like, dude, I got this crazy ass story to tell you. I'm talking to this girl online on this you guys have you ever heard of collarme.com?
No.
Okay, it's
What's that?
It's like a BDSM social group media thing. You know,
Like
it's
a
website.
forum kind of?
No, it's like where people hook up. It's like for
Literally hook up. They
Yeah.
hook their
It's
masks.
Tinder for...
for
Yeah.
people who like to just beat the shit out of each other. So
Nothing
so
makes
he's
me
like-
come like a swift kick to the nuts.
right, I
Pee on
love
me,
that.
piss on me.
Fuck, please
Beat me.
2 scoops of that, thank you. So he's like, man, I'm talking to this girl on this thing, right? And she's like, we're hitting it off, right? So I get her phone number and I'm talking to her on the phone, and she actually asked me how mean I could be. Again, this is not me. I'm telling the story about a friend of mine who told me the story.
A quote-unquote friend of
A
yours.
friend of mine. He's actually my little brother, and I was like,
puppet.
"It's the puppet." It was the puppet. Yes, it's the
He's
puppet.
shifting eyes over to the puppet.
Yeah, everything. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, I'm talking to her, and I get her phone number, and I'm calling her, and I'm talking to her on the phone, and she asked me how mean I could be, and he was like, bitch, I was in fucking prison twice. I will show you what fucking lockdown means. And she was like, well, okay, yeah, that sounds good, but let me give you an example. Apparently this woman's husband was in a car crash, okay, like years ago, and he is in a vegetative state, and he needs round-the-clock care, all right? So, like, during the day, these nurses take care of him, and at night, this woman that my friend is talking to takes care of him. And she recants this story to my little brother about how the last guy that came over laid her head. They were messing around with each other. He laid this woman's head down in her vegetative husband's lap in the wheelchair.
That's a
right?
curveball.
Wait! It gets fucking way worse.
Oh, it's a super curve.
Oh man. Oh, so like, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty fucked up. Okay. And like, so he lays this woman's head down in her lap. Okay, you be the veg. Put your hand up like that. There you go. Okay, and turn around this way. All right, there's a head right here. Okay, and then somehow or another, this guy is straddled over him like this, and the girl is eating out this guy's asshole while stroking him off. Right. Then she gets out from underneath of him. and finishes him off, right? And like this dude ejaculates all over the chest of this fucking vegetative fucking person that's all fucked
It's a Greek
up.
salad.
Oh my god.
And then
Oh my god.
But wait, I'm not done. And wait. He then fucking punches that guy right in the fucking face.
And then he wakes up.
And then yeah, exactly. I'm like, what the fuck is that about,
Another
dude?
curveball.
Jesus Christ. Well, did you fuck her? No, he didn't. Turns out he didn't. But
What? Oh, well, I mean.
yeah, dude.
Bust that nut and he was out.
It was like,
It sounds like assault, but I mean, considering that he was a cabbage.
yeah, I mean,
You know,
I like to call
what
that.
ifs?
That's my story called the bruised vegetable, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
That was tremendous.
Thank
I
you.
fucking love that.
Thank you.
Dude, this guy, this friend of yours, man,
was
he's just
horrible.
He's all about living in the moment.
No, it didn't. That wasn't my friend. It was the story that was told to my friend.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Told to me.
I was like,
So
who the
they're
fuck?
like
I thought the same
third
thing he
friend,
thought. I was
Yeah,
like,
I thought your
friend
friend was a savage,
of
just
a
getting his
friend.
asshole eaten
Yeah,
out and getting his dick straight. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna bust on
I'm
this
gonna
dude's
bust
chest
on this
right
dude
now.
and then I'm gonna fucking donkey punch him right square in his fucking face.
So hot.
Bam! Oh man! Give me a cigarette, baby. Fuck. But yeah,
God
that's,
damn it.
All right, ta-da! Bruised vegetable. All right. Let's start with the
That
question.
def-
My
I
God.
feel like
Are
that
you
for
listening
sure-
now, people at home? Are you listening now?
I feel, in my opinion, that upped the chicken story.
Thank you. I that's literally one of the most horrible fucking stories I've ever heard in my life.
Congratulations.
I tell that to other people and they get fucking mad. They're like, "What the fuck, man?" And I'm like, "I didn't do that to that dude.
It's just a story.
It's a fucking story, man."
I'll tell you,
Calm
I'm
down.
not excited about drinking myself into a coma anymore.
Yeah,
it sounds
'cause
like
that-
I don't want to
'cause-
get cuckolded and not be able
That's in
to
your
jerk
future.
off in the corner.
You know, something, man. Shit. that was like, it was horrible. And I was like, as soon as he was done and he left, I said to myself, God damn, I can't wait to tell that story to my fucking,
Yeah,
my fucking
right?
friends. God damn, I can't wait.
But they're all looking at you like, a friend,
Yeah, that was really you, Jason. And I'm like, no, it wasn't me. Honestly, I would tell you. I'd be like, no, that was me. I did that. And
Right,
and
that was your
guy
friend of
was
a friend.
me.
Right, that was your friend of
It
a
was my
friend.
friend.
Yeah.
Sure.
Lots of quotations.
It was the puppet.
It was the
It was the
it was the
puppet.
puppet.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let's speak about the puppet. Now,
Yeah.
Jason, you came on because you are part of the Super Satan show.
I am.
Now, when did you
He's not a
start?
part of it. He is the Super
When did you
Satan
start
show.
the Super Satan show, and how long have you been doing it?
I started June 10th, 2016,
Yeah.
just after Facebook Live became a thing.
And you just thought puppet show.
No,
we got
actually,
this.
what had happened was I met a friend of mine. I was hanging out with a friend of mine at a party, and we were smoking weed. And he's a filmmaker, and he was telling me about making films and shit like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. I like that. I pitched him a weird zombie Jesus movie idea I had, and he was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I was like, we were talking about doing, I was like, I'd like to do a talk show. I've always wanted to do a talk show. And I was like, I wanted to do a talk show, but I also wanted to be, I kind of like the news, but my girl doesn't watch the news, and she said that she would watch the news if it was done by puppets. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. Fox News done by actual puppets instead of the meat ones that you see.
Like that Phil Collins music video?
Sure, yeah. It would be ratings would go up. I promise. I promise ratings would go up. So I talked to the studio.
Especially if there's an emergency,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, he's trying to talk
Emergency.
about the new school shooting, and it's the Super Satan puppet up there.
It's a puppet.
300 kids were killed today. in the
murdered in the street. It's all the humanity. The humanity.
puppets are moving wildly.
Flailing around the screen.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. But
Yeah, why wouldn't you watch that?
I would totally watch that. Are you kidding? I couldn't look away. So this guy had a camera, and we went and he made a puppet that looked similar to this one. This is the second one. My girl made this one. And my girl Jen, and I think she did a fantastic job.
She did a great job.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
fucking
fantastic.
awesome.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's
It's
gigantic.
yeah,
For the
it's-
listeners
it's,
at home that can't see it, it's, what is it, 5 feet tall?
about 5 feet. Yeah.
It's got fucking...
For listeners at home, go check it out. Go YouTube it. Super Saiyan shit. Do
He's
it.
got little cloven
It's a lot
hooves.
bigger in person.
It is a lot bigger in person, he said provocatively.
The cloven hooves really make it. I love
know.
it.
You know, there's weird little details that you just don't see on the actual camera until you're like, it's right in front of you.
I when I had just looked over your shoulder to look at it, I had noticed how the horns were wrapped, and I really like how that looks.
Yeah, she hand wrapped foam with little strips of leather.
It looks really nice.
I don't remember if you just said this, but is there other prototypes before the actual Super Satan? Like,
yeah,
it was Satan,
there was
just Satan.
There was a puppet before that, and it literally it was wearing this Puma jacket, okay, and its design is basically based off the original one. Only the original one didn't have legs, okay, and it was just little arms and shit taped inside this fucking Puma jacket. And the head of it was round, just like this one, but it was made out of green styrofoam, like you put plastic, plants and shit in. But the problem with it was light, and it was nice and light, and you could do whatever you wanted with it. But the problem was, I'd put my fingers in it, pull my fingers in and out of it, and the hole kept getting bigger in the back.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I know. And then I would just wallow it out because I'm huge. And
you couldn't get the puppet to do puppet kegels?
No. It just kept getting bigger, and like I would be talking with the puppet, and then the fucking jaw would fall off in the middle of the conversation.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and it to watch it is probably funny, but to actually be doing it, like, it makes you feel like a fucking dumbass. You're like, God damn it, this is already silly as it is. Fuck.
Right.
So you put it back on and you just keep going. But like, so yeah, this is actually a Nerf soccer ball cut in half with wrapped in felt.
It looks fucking great, man. And then when he opens his mouth, you've got all that fire on the inside of his mouth or whatever.
The tongue looks awesome too, the forked tongue.
Yeah.
And he looks kind of, the Puma jacket makes him look like a Russian gangster almost.
Yeah,
like,
that's what we were kind of going for.
It works with the big obnoxious gold chains, and he's
yeah.
got all these fucking cool pins all over him. Our pins on him now. That's fucking dope, man. I really enjoy that.
And I go all over the place with this puppet. It's fucking weird.
What do you mean? Like you literally travel with it?
I do, yeah.
Everywhere?
Not everywhere, but like when I go on the road with other bands and stuff like that.
And he's there.
And it's I take it with me. Like that's kind of like the prerequisite to go on the road with Green Jello.
Yeah, that's actually really cool because that's like a good conversation starter to get you to buy merch and just hang out with like the band and shit. I think that's super cool. And then people will be like, "What is that?" And you can just tell your show.
Yeah. Usually, what I do is I'm filming. When I go on the road with other bands, I'm usually filming like the opening band or like whoever they're opening for or whatever, and I after they're done, I come out. I only do like the first 3 songs because I don't want to give away the whole set. Right. Because I think people should just be down there watching it instead of sitting on their fucking phone wherever the fuck it is they are not there.
Right.
But you have to give them a taste. Mm-hmm. So you just give them a little, and then I tell them after their set, I'm like, hey, I liked your set. Here's a card. You can see your shit, check out your golf swing if you want.
I've noticed that you do it in 2 parts. Is it like normal for you to do like the one part where you do like a 10 to 20 minute interview?
Yes.
And then the next part is like the live performance every single time?
Mm-hmm. Or sometimes we have to do, there's a noise issue and we'll have to do the music half first. And then we'll do the interview. But it's always 2 parts.
And you do it seems like it's always different. Like there's never one set location for the Super Satan show. You're always coming to somebody to do it.
Mm-hmm. I'm the gig that comes to you.
That's kind of cool because then
super cool.
4 or 5 dudes don't have to pack their shit and fucking go anywhere.
You don't have to fucking lift a cab. You don't have to break down the drums, carry them up the fucking steps, or no.
It makes it easier for you to get the people too.
Exactly.
Because then you're just like, I'll drive to your house and shit.
It's cool. I'll show up. I've got a big case. I've got a puppet case. It's actually a baritone sax case that a friend of mine found on the roadside. He was like, dude, put your puppet shit in this. And I'm like, sweet.
That's an excellent find.
Yeah, dude.
Super awesome.
Yeah. And and I have a green bin full of like tripods and lights and extension cords and shit. And that's easier to get in and out of someone's house versus guitar cabs, bass cabs, drums, the singer's microphone. Sometimes their ego, because,
Yeah.
it's heavy. Those egos are heavy, and sometimes you can't pick those up. You need help and shit. So
right. How did it go from that idea about the puppets to then you get the puppet, your girlfriend makes the puppet, and you're like, I'm gonna do fucking all these metal bands and shit like that?
I don't actually do just metal bands. I do anybody that'll sit down and talk to me.
Oh, okay. So
anybody that sits down.
Hip hop or anybody?
I've had 2 hip hop bands. 2. and I'm in season 4. And it's not like I don't reach out to those people. It's just I don't really know a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't think really hip hop needs my help. They're doing okay.
Yeah, they're doing fantastic.
Hip hop is doing fine. They don't need my help. You know.
Is there a big hip hop scene around here?
Yeah, there's hip hop scenes here. I don't know.
I mean, I know there's one, but I mean, is it?
I don't. Honestly, I don't know.
I'd like to get them involved with
Yeah.
our show, just for us to fucking have them on and talk with them and
Okay.
shit like that, more so than really like.
I know a couple of people that I could turn you on to if you'd be interested.
I don't think we've had
what's
any
up.
rappers
No,
on or
no.
any hip hop artists.
I know a guy right now. We can call right now. He's a good friend of mine. And,
Yeah.
he does stuff. He mostly self-records and just releases his own albums. He's got like 5 albums out, and it's just self-release stuff, And he does his best to, push what he can. But, like, hip-hop here has kind of a bad reputation among the clubs and stuff like that.
Why is that?
They get wild?
Because they get wild. Guns. People get shot. It gets
Maybe
a
they
little,
shouldn't come on.
It gets a little. No, this dude is cool.
Kidding.
This dude is cool. I wouldn't turn you on to somebody crazy, but it's it's just how it is. I mean, I myself personally, I'm not on that scene because again, hip hop doesn't need my help. They're the number one music fucking format in the country today.
Yeah.
Young country is kicking the shit out of rock and roll, and that's fucking terrible. That makes me mad.
Yeah.
I know plenty of fucking musicians that can't do shit here but go to fucking Europe and kill. Just fucking kill it over there because Europeans love American rock and roll. We fucking hate it here, apparently. It's
Are you a
Everyone's
musician
just super
also?
elitist over here about stuff.
Yeah, we are. I used to be. I guess I am. I mean, I used to sing in bands and stuff like that. I played bass in a band called Cephalocoitus. Head Sex, yes. It was a punk rock band about all these songs about getting a blowjob.
I love it.
Yeah.
God, I love it.
I played second bass, and there was 2 bass players. I just played rhythm bass. This other dude did all these crazy
So there was like
fills.
a lead bass?
Oh yeah, this dude was awesome. Yeah, I know, he's badass.
That's really, I've never heard of 2 bassists. on
Dude, the
stage.
low
That's really
end.
cool.
We didn't have a guitar player. It was just, at first we didn't have a guitar player. Then we wound up with 2 of them. So there was eventually there was 6 of us in this band, and we're like, we'll fucking kick Slipknot's ass. We got just as many of them dudes now as us. So, yeah, I did that. I was in a band called Hog Scraper for a little while. It was a Satanic Jug band. I played washtub bass. Well, actually, I played backup washtub bass. The singer, it used to be, back in the 90s, there was a band called Hog Scraper, and it was a washtub bass, a banjo player, and a 5-piece fucking drum set.
I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know what a washtub bass is.
You don't know what a washtub? Okay, well,
maybe I do, but I just
well,
I'm
let
not
me
picturing
let me explain it. You're gonna pull some up there for me.
Please.
Okay.
I probably know what it is.
Do you know what a washtub is? Right? Are you from Kentucky?
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
But I've never seen something like this.
there
Oh
you
wow.
go. There you go. Yeah,
That's cool.
That's a washtub bass.
This
right?
is how half my
it's
family
literally-
members were conceived, was somebody
Fucking
planking away at one of these things in the
song, man.
background.
What is it made of? I mean, all you need
It's-
is a stick and a
It's
bucket.
a stick, an eyelet, a 25, or, the biggest wash tub you can find.
Have you ever heard of a band called Days and Days? They've got
No.
a washed up bass player.
Yeah, and
This is the first I've ever heard of something
upright.
like this.
You need an upright E bass string. You drill a hole at the top of the stick, run it through that, and then you take the eyelet and quick trick to the hardware. I mean, you can build one of these for like $40 right now if you have the string already. Seriously.
Is it only like one note, or is it many
no,
different
it's
notes?
it's like playing
one
an E
string?
string. It's an E string, right?
Gotcha.
But like you push on the stick
Oh, okay.
to bend the note, and it'd be like boom, and then you let it go, and then wow, and
That's so fascinating.
It's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
It's pretty cool.
You could just make music at almost fucking anything.
Making
Just
like
about.
mountain music. for
Yeah,
real. It's like
man.
real Appalachian mountain shit right there.
Yeah.
Have you
really
guys
cool.
ever looked into into people that like make devices and machines to create their music?
What do you mean?
Instead
Like
of actually playing an instrument, they like devise a machine to play the music for them instead.
That
Not
sounds
just like
way
it's
too
like a
hipstery
crazy
for me.
guitar, like
Like,
20
have
string
you ever
guitar.
heard of?
You mean?
No. Like, have you ever heard of the marble machine?
No.
Yeah, if you YouTube the marble machine, that'll blow your mind. This guy uses it took him like 2 or 3 years to build. It's all out of like balsa wood, I think, and a lot of metal pieces. And he uses marbles to like they drop out of rotation to like hit bass strings, to hit like xylophone keys. It's really, really interesting. But this dude, he's like I don't know, he's somewhere over in Europe, and evidently I just found out a few weeks ago he's making another one.
Oh wow!
But this one.
It's this thing right here?
Yeah.
Oh, I have seen this. Yeah. I've seen videos of this. This is amazing.
So instead of like playing an instrument, he built this machine with the song in mind, so it would all go accordingly when it's activated. And it's activated with a hand crank on the side that you'll see him use. It's fucking awesome.
Can we watch a piece of this?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dude, it's
out.
groovy. It's really groovy.
Let's see what he does. It says it uses 2,000 marbles.
Somebody got an engineering degree.
Yeah, you have to be fucking smart as hell to make
look
this
at
shit.
this,
Look
dude.
at this.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm gonna get a gumball at the end of
This
this.
looks like
ride,
something
you know
out
what
of
I mean?
fucking out of Whoville.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I bet that dude is the worst dude to talk to. Right. That dude just
What do you mean?
He's just
pissed
way
me off.
smarter than you, and he knows it, and he's gonna fucking rub your nose in it. Oh,
Trying to fuck your
Well,
girlfriend the whole time right in front of you.
I'm English, and I'm very intelligent. Blah blah blah.
Did you make a marble
I went to
music
college.
machine?
Look at me, I went to Harvard. Yeah,
Fuck, dude.
yes.
Look
When
what
I-
I could build.
I never kissed my cousin drunk one time. Oh, look at me. I'm better than you.
Yeah.
He's kind of dressed like Austin Powers a little bit. He's also got that on me. He's got style.
Let's kick his ass. I don't like this dude. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, I don't like him at all.
Fuck
You're
this
too
guy.
cool.
You're too cool. Fuck you. No, we're gonna take you down a peg.
That is
Sorry.
interesting though. It's crazy the things you can make music
I'm with
with.
Jason. I'd light his little marble machine on fire.
like,
Oh,
poof.
balsa wood, huh?
Oh, look at that.
Should have made it out of steel.
Oh, man. Well, that's
you
all
get
right. You got that fancy engineering degree. You just make you a new
You
one.
make a new one,
Just make you a new one.
and we'll be there.
That's right. To
Burn
crap
it
on
down.
it.
That's funny. But yeah, so you played the wash.
The wash tub
bass.
bass. I've sang in bands.
Did you ever play a jug bottle before?
I have, but not professionally.
Okay.
Is that just
Well,
a sim-
Does
I
anyone
mean,
ever really play the jug bottle professionally?
I don't know.
Hoink, 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 hoink.
You know, and then you like get a head rush, and then you fucking pass out.
On stage. On
Man,
stage.
that song was intense. Am I right, guys?
Yeah,
It's like doing Duster, but
yeah.
more
But just,
musical.
Yeah, just in time.
Yeah.
Duster in time.
How long altogether were you playing music though? Would you say before? Like, are you still playing music?
No, I'm not. I'm not doing any of that now.
You don't do any.
Do you have any desire to do that again?
I would. Okay, I miss yelling at strangers, and then they
Yeah.
give me beer, and then they tell me I'm cool for yelling at them, and then I go home and sleep like a champ. But truthfully, I've got more mileage out of this puppet show than I have any other project that I've ever done.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
So you've had that feeling of playing music, and then you started the Super Saiyan show, and you're like, this is it.
Yeah, well, I like being funny. My band, the last band I was in, was called The Morbids, and yeah, my guitar player hated everything that I did because, like, one, I didn't sing how he wanted me to sing, and two, I like to crack jokes. You know, in
He's
between.
super serious.
Yeah, he kind of took himself a little too seriously, and
Those
I'm
are
like,
the worst
"You're
people
not-"
to play music
I'm like,
with.
I'm not the dude you need to be next to because I'm just gonna bust your balls every fucking
Jason,
time.
And
Jason,
also-
I just need you to be a little bit more morbid, all right?
Yeah, I'm
Enough
like,
with
I
the
don't know
jokes,
how.
okay?
We're trying to cultivate a feeling. here in
Yeah.
this
Oh, I'm
band.
sorry, dude. What, the fucking bruised vegetable story wasn't enough for you fuckers? Jesus Christ. Damn.
No, I get that though, because who's changing the world with their fucking shitty local band,
No,
anyways?
no,
Like, you're
nobody
doing it
is.
because you enjoy doing it. Like, why do you gotta be a
Exactly.
ball busty?
Well, if
fucking,
someone's acting
Yeah.
like
Not the-
that, they're doing it for the wrong reasons, and that's apparently
But the
obvious. Like,
problem
why are you
wa-
being such a dick?
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
problem
It'd be
is
fun.
those dudes who do act like that are really fucking good.
Yeah.
Most times
I've
because they
met
can afford
them, yeah.
because they're awesome. They can afford to be that way.
I just don't understand the attitude problem. It's just like, come on, man.
Shout out to Nick Farmer.
Oh my God, I was thinking of him this whole time.
Was he like that with you guys? Or
A virtuosic guitar player. Like,
Yeah.
he could fucking shred from the time that he came out of the womb. Like,
yeah.
crazy
Like,
smarter
he-
than everybody.
He played-
and
he
such
played in
an
Allies.
in-your-face dick about it the whole time.
I
love
when
Nick.
he was
but
super easy to work with when I played with him. When I performed
he's
with
a
him.
perfectionist.
But he is totally a perfectionist, and he will like
I'm
go off your shit.
I'm glad
if you're
he killed
addicted.
his grammar Nazi ways. But yeah,
Respect that.
I thought about him right away. That
he's
dude,
talented. He's talented, and he's a grammar Nazi.
Yeah.
Fuck
He'll-
that guy.
oh, yeah.
Fuck
like
that guy.
that dude, and
Oh my
he's
God.
so incredibly talented. Like
Oh, that's cool.
he
Good,
listens
you know.
to like Opeth, those like 10-minute songs of just like guitar riffs nonstop, and he'll go, "What's your favorite solo?" Mine's at 5.22.
Oh yeah.
And he'll
From
judge
then
you
on.
the whole time for everything,
Yeah.
the entire time. Take it very seriously.
Like,
And
We're
Well,
not
like,
trying to make him out like a dick. He's super fucking fun.
Nah,
to
I
hang out
hate
with.
you,
He's
Nick.
such a good
I'm
dude.
just
But,
kidding, Nick. I love you.
He's kind of a dick, but everybody really likes him.
I like him.
Yeah,
Everybody, I
love
mean,
him.
it's this thing you know about.
Okay.
No,
you know?
see,
okay.
Jason,
all right.
You
it's
know?
allowed. If people like that sometimes exist. Like Jason. Sorry,
Jason,
Jason.
that's what he's
Cody,
trying to say.
Cody fucking sucks. Cody's the worst, but I love him to death. It's the
Okay.
worst person I've ever met.
He's
I love him so much.
I get it. I get it. Okay, he's a dick, but he's your dick, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that. All right, that's cool. I get that. You know, and if I meet the dude, I won't come up and be like, oh, you're probably a fucking dickhead, aren't you?
I 100% am an asshole, but I don't try to be like the type of asshole that's like I want to be liked by fucking everybody.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make jokes.
You're
and shit like
failing,
that.
right?
I'm
But
just-
I don't. I just don't. Also, I don't give a fuck. So it's hard to be liked when you don't care about like what you're saying in front of
People
mixed
either like
company.
you or they don't, man.
Yeah.
That's
That's
just
it.
how that is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's no, and anybody that meets me, they'll go, oh yeah, you mean they'll either really like you, or they really like me, or they really fucking hate me. And there aren't too many people out there that really fucking hate me.
I'm shocked there are any. I mean,
who hates you?
I've known you for how long have we been recording? Plus 15 minutes, and you're a great fucking guy,
Thanks,
man.
Yeah, I have my moments, but
You came in this
We all
podcast
do.
with an ass-eating vegetable story, and I'll always love you because of that.
all right,
Yeah.
well, all right, cool. But yeah, I try to be cool to everybody. Sometimes though, I get some bands that just I try to be very non-judgmental, and I try to be very open about what people
Shout 'em
send
out.
me. No, I ain't
Don't shout them out, but
Yeah.
can you tell us some stories about some
Yeah, I can
fuckheads
tell
that you
you,
had to deal with
yeah.
on the Super Satan show?
Yeah. Actually, I will tell you the one story. There is a reason why I have to tell people not to fuck up my puppet, because I had Vampire Weekend at Bernie's on. This was like season 1, and he had been on before. You know, Stephen Walls from Vampire Weekend at Bernie's. You guys know who that is?
I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I love Steven. He's super intelligent, and like, but he does, he just, I don't know, man. He got really wild one night and like burnt the puppet with a cigarette.
What? He just went up and fucking burned it?
No. We're this was like season 1, and we're at my old partner's apartment. Okay, this is when we shot at his apartment, and we're on the couch and we're bullshitting, and he's just, I don't know, he's just being really, I don't know, just being kind of a jerk. Flicking ashes on the puppet, telling Tim.
Like on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah,
In front of
just-
you?
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah.
check this out, dude.
Yeah, no,
What the
I mean,
fuck?
and like, well, of course it's in front of me. I got my fucking hand up its back.
Oh,
it's like
sure.
right there. I'm right there. And then like, because we were really close, like where I'm close to, like we are right there. He kind of, I guess, I accidentally leaned in a little too close, and he burnt the face with the head with the cigarette. And then he flicked ashes on it, and the cherry fell off the cigarette and onto its leg. And I was like, nah, fuck that. And I'm like, fucking, like, my real voice came out. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Be cool, And then he got up and started doing his bit, right? All right, now, let me preface this next part of the story with, it smelled really bad in my partner's apartment already. Real bad.
Like what?
Like dogs and just
Piss and
just who sweat and just all kinds of horrible who knows what else.
Rum.
No rum. But like
That's your house, Cody.
So it already smelled kind of bad in there anyway, and he'd been drinking, and like dude threw up in a bucket, like right on camera.
Wait, that's his bit? He throws up in a bucket?
No. But like he did it for the show. He did that. He just threw up in the bucket, right? And then fell on the puppet, which we were sitting on the couch again. He fell on the couch onto the puppet and started making out with the puppet, and then burped. Now, I'm right behind that fucking puppet, man, and I got a big whiff of his fucking throw up burp. In an already horrible smelling fucking house. I was like, I'm fucking done. That is it.
God,
fuck this.
fuck that.
Fuck this. Fuck you. I get up. I'm like, we're done. Cut the fucking camera. I go outside so I can get some fresh air and calm the fuck down because this dude, I'm about to whoop this dude's ass. I'm mad. But we've since smoothed all that over, and I love Steven. I always have, and I still do. And he's actually been back on the show since then, so it's all cool.
But now you had to set up like a precedent.
Yeah,
like, don't fuck with my puppet.
Don't, dude. If you fuck with my puppet, I will lose my. And he's actually lucky my girl wasn't there.
Because she built the thing.
she built it.
Made that
love
fucking.
That would
thing.
piss anyone off.
It's
Like,
her,
who the
this
fuck?
is her special little guy. You don't even fucking know. Like she calls it her special little guy. And like if you fuck with it, man.
Jason, I don't want to get too personal, but does she ever
know.
make you bring it into the bedroom?
No.
Use the voice?
No.
Just say it.
Believe me though, I'll tell you
it's
what.
just us here, you know.
It's cool, guys.
No one's listening.
Nobody's listening, and I'm still saying no because
We're all friends now, right?
we're just not that imaginative. However, though, people do make out with the puppet. I go out in places and just people fucking make out. I don't ask them. They
What do you mean? Like, hey, I'm gonna
they
kiss
just
your
be
puppet.
like, no. They don't even fucking. They just like just start fucking.
Assume it's
making.
cool?
Yeah, it's fine. And I'm like, cool. Well, I mean, if puppet herpes was a thing, you would have it. We would have to split a box of Valtrex now. And if it had a dick, somebody would suck it.
Have you thought about it? Get a little fork-tailed dick and pull it out of the...
Fork-tailed dick. Four
Zuckerberg
dickheads.
doesn't like... Man, I get banned a lot. I used to get banned a lot. And
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, my original... Like, my Facebook profile now is not my original. My original one got deleted because
What did you get banned for? What are they getting mad at you for?
Because Zuckerberg doesn't think she-males are funny. Or maybe he does. Or finds them, gross and sexually attractive at the same time. I don't know. But it happens. And I was like getting banned for all kinds of fucked up shit. And I had,
Right.
and it was always in private groups where nobody actually is supposed to see any of that stuff, But, and I'm not into she-males. Okay, let me just tell you that now. But when all these really hetero dudes were in this group and they scrolling down and all of a sudden this big fucking she-male with a fucking foot-long cock. Oh, my God. I just imagine them going, and I'm like, yes, that is what I live for. And then all these really angry comments underneath of it. God damn it, Jason, what the fuck?
And like, you jerk off to those comments. Not the picture.
Not the picture.
Just the
it's
comments.
just the anger that I've been, yes. Yes, be angry. I love it. But yeah, I would get banned a lot. Like,
I thought you were saying for the show though, like
No.
for things. I was like, what could?
I don't want. I don't
for
want.
everything.
I don't want to fuck with that. Okay. All jokes aside, music is fucking important to me. Local music is important to me. All right. Coming up, I was doing music in the fucking 90s. Okay, that's how old I am. I'm 47. Okay, I would have killed to have something like this back then, and I would fucking totally have taken advantage of it. All right, but do you know how hard it was to get a goddamn fucking VHS camera? Yeah. Back then,
Yeah,
It's probably pricey as fuck
oh
too.
yeah, and nobody, and because of that, nobody had one.
And it weighs as much as a cocker
yeah,
spaniel.
yeah, and you're fucking like, man, this sucks. We need a tripod. Jesus Christ. But you couldn't even get any. It was really hard to get any of that shit.
Yeah.
So now it's all in my pocket, and I use a phone and.
I bet that's pretty. I mean, that's just fucking wild in general. I mean, I was a '90s baby, so I just remember seeing when cell phones can go on. Now you can do all this shit with your phone.
It's
you can do
sorcery.
fucking anything. You
It's
can make
sorcery.
movies
Yeah.
on your phone now.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Isn't there a movie that just come out that was all shot with like an iPhone? or
Yeah,
some shit?
there's several actually.
Yeah.
There's several that have come out and they've done pretty well, and I think they've won awards too.
And doing this show, it's like, I mean, we started with a snowball microphone in my garage, and you buy a piece of equipment once
Yeah,
a week.
here and
then
there.
eventually you've got this whole fucking studio. We've got monitors and shit and PCs running and fucking microphones and a good recorder. And it doesn't happen all at once, but like, I'm imagining in the 90s, you have one option. You get to drive up to the Radio Shack,
Yep.
and hopefully they've got it. And if
Well,
they don't have it, you're
Actually,
fucked.
in Clifton, back in the day, there was a Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on the Short Vine Strip there. There was a Radio Shack there because I got a bullhorn there. That's pretty rad.
Did you hook it up to
That
your
is
car?
cool.
No, man. I used it because my guitar player was really loud.
Mm-hmm.
I always like, man, I need a bullhorn just to be fucking 10 watts louder before I even hit the microphone. I need to be 10 watts louder than out of my mouth and into the microphone. So I would actually use that.
Right.
It would piss him off, and I'd be like, well, turn your fucking guitar down, dude. Turn the guitar down.
Hitting your fucking ceiling with a broomstick.
Fuck it, man.
Damn.
Yeah, guitar players, I very gently broach whenever I show up at a place. I'm like, okay, guys, my biggest complaint is we can't hear the singer.
Yeah.
All right, so
That happens so often.
Right, it does, totally does. And I'm like, okay, so maybe the guitar player, and they're like, what? I said maybe the guitar player.
Like try not to cause any
Yeah,
dissonance.
like, because like guitar players get really fucking touchy about their sound and their volume and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, that's great, guy, but if
It's really awkward if you go to a show and you can't hear the singer. I mean, I play in a band, and anytime the PA was on or something, you can't tell what you're hearing out there, and you're like, turn this up, turn this up, turn this down, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can never tell what you sound like.
Right.
And then after the show, you're like, I couldn't hear you at all, and it makes you feel super awful.
That's why you need a bullhorn.
You know who don't have that problem? Deicide, apparently.
Nah.
Because our buddy Alex that was on the show opened for him one time, and he said that he went in there for sound check, and Glenn Benton's just up there fucking sound checking. He was like, your fucking guitar is too loud. Turn that bullshit down. He's like, Glenn, I can't hear it. He was like, I don't give a fuck if you can't hear it. I don't need you to hear it. Fucking turn it down and keep playing it, god damn it.
No.
That was the end of the story.
Yeah.
Fucking turn my goddamn vocals
Turn
up.
me up. Fuck you. Turn me up. Yeah. Good for him. Fuck
guess-
yeah.
Well, Alex made him sound like a real fucking douchebag when he did that, but I was like, I mean, I guess I get it.
Man, I've spent.
It's also Glenn Benton from Deicide. What do you
You're
want him
gonna-
to be like?
Yeah, I'm sure he's. Could you please turn your guitar down just a little bit?
You don't want him to be that guy in the back.
Thank you. Can I get you some chamomile tea?
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
cool?
I
Would
I
that
feel
be
like the
alright?
people that are also like super touchy about their guitar stuff are the ones who played in the most distorted tone ever, where you can't even tell what the hell they're playing.
Right.
It's just
It's
noise.
just mud.
It's just noise.
Like all the effects pedals. There's like 20 of them, and
And
they're
the only
all-
thing saving him is the drummer. You
Right?
know?
Yeah, he's
That's it.
holding the beat. He's just back there like, I don't even know what's going on. I'm just gonna hold the beat.
Absolutely. God.
Luke, you look like you had something to say. You kept looking over at me and smiling. What's wrong?
No.
You get too high before
No.
the show?
I am very stoned.
So, I mean, you've been doing this. You're in your 4th season now.
Yes.
So, you've been doing this for a long time. Like, who's your favorite that you've had on?
Like my favorite band.
Or the best episode that you've
Their
had?
best episode. Just what when you think of like, wow, this was like a favorite episode or something.
I don't really have a favorite episode, but I do have people that I like to interview and hang out and bullshit with that I got a good chemistry with. One of them is Lazy Ass Destroyer, Lazy D and Krusty. I go on the road with them a lot. We're real good friends, and they're fun to fucking talk to. They have interesting stories because they go on the road a lot, and they kind of hate each other. So that's kind of fun too, to play off of either of that. I also have Doom City Villains out of Hamilton. Those guys are really
A lot of really cool band names.
There are. Well,
Yeah.
there are. And but musically, probably I have like 3 favorites. I think one is Team Void out of Dayton. Are you hip to them?
No,
Team
I've
Void.
never heard of any of these
Okay,
bands. and
Team
they
Void.
sound really cool.
Team Void is a lucha rock band. They play like it's like surf music, but they wear black lucha wrestling masks, and they're like a 3 or 4 piece sometimes. Sometimes they're 4 piece, but most of the time it's 3 piece. And they play this surf music that just is so fucking good. Are you?
I've
if
heard
you're-
surf
Sounds
music.
wild.
if you're into surf music. There's another band here in Cincinnati called Jake Logan and the Midnight Riders. And the first time I heard them, I was outside of Southgate House, and I was kind of drunk. And I could hear them playing over the intercom, and I'm like, man, what movie is this from? Because this soundtrack sounds fucking awesome. Because I like cowboy music. I love cowboy soundtracks, all that old shit, spaghetti western stuff. I love it. And they were like, no, that's a band. And I went inside, and there's these 2 dudes playing guitar, a guy playing upright bass, a drummer, and a guy playing Spanish trumpet over it all. And the Spanish trumpet is what fucking sells it. It's really amazing stuff. And it's all instrumental.
That sounds fucking awesome.
There's no words. It's just all instrumental stuff. And then My top favorite, who's actually a really good friend of mine, who did the show in a really fucking dark place and did me a huge favor, is a guy by the name of James Legg. And he is an R&B kind of guy. He plays, it's just him and a drummer. And he plays keyboard. He plays a Fender Rhodes and a keyboard on top. And he plays like fucking Ray Charles and sings like Tom Waits. And, he sings these blues, man, that just make me fucking sad. And I love it. I think he's amazing.
Make you feel.
Yeah, dude, like feel stuff. And fucking kind of hate that sometimes. But he's awesome and super nice guy.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, it's not traditional punk rock or anything like that, but I fucking, it's what you like.
Right.
It's what you're into, and I'm really into that right now. So,
Yeah, and then so you've interviewed like obviously hundreds of bands. It seems like over this whole thing.
I just hit 666 videos.
Dude, awesome.
Yeah, right?
Really?
Yeah, I totally did. Yeah.
Man, nice, dude.
But yeah, I'm a couple past that now. But
Did it hurt when you had to leave that 666?
it's just a mile marker, baby. I just have to I'll find a new one. I'll be excited when I hit the 1,000 mark, and it's just.
Yeah, we have our 100 episode coming up soon.
Nice. That's
and
cool.
We're trying to get a tattoo, like a group tattoo.
Sweet.
And I see that you got a Super Satan tattoo over there too.
Yeah.
And you were saying that a couple people. Did you get that at like a milestone, or what made you want to get the tattoo?
Well, it was a pretty good year for me this year. I run it. The show runs from March all the way to end of January. I run 11 months out of the year, and I take February off.
And those are your seasons that March through January, a month off, and then back to it?
right back into it. And usually I'm doing stuff in February too, just because like people book me to do stuff and things like that. But I'm not actually trying to do a show. I just trying
to hang out.
Just trying to hang out, and just kind of just chill and meet new. Maybe I'll go out to some clubs here and there and see some new stuff. And if I like it, I'll be like, hey, try to sell them the show or whatever. But yes, a friend of mine got this puppet head tattooed on his big toe. Sent me a picture of it. He's like, check it out, dude.
Check it out, bro. You like?
And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Fuck yeah, tattoo. That's cool. And then a friend of mine named Casey Canoodle out of Australia. She lives in Melbourne, and she was in a punk rock band called Strawberry Fist Cake when she was here. She's in a different band now. That band broke up. But she went, got the puppet, the whole puppet tattooed right here on the back of her fucking arm above her elbow. Like, this dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right? I was like, fuck.
Doesn't that floor you a little bit?
I was blown away, man. I was like, Jesus Christ. What? So I was like, well, I better go ahead and just get a tattoo of my puppet head right now before I'm fucking left in the dust, before other people are like, look at that poser. Look at that fucking guy.
How excited does your girl get with her being like, this is his baby, her baby?
Yeah,
whatever
she
the
digs
fuck.
it.
That's gonna be fucking awesome.
She
for
thinks
her.
I told her, I was like, I'm gonna make this puppet famous.
That's super cool that people like you enough to just have that a part of their lives like that. I think getting a tattoo is just like serious fan.
Yeah, man. I was
so cool,
so honored. I've had people like I got this dude out of Texas and down in Houston by the name of Tex Johnson, who's a painter. He does.
His name's Tex, and he's from Texas.
Yeah, from Houston. Don't go figure. Right?
Yeah,
isn't that weird? But anyway, he painted the puppet. Like, he painted me 2 portraits actually. Like, one small one, like an 8x10 of the puppet itself, and that's actually what that girl got tattooed on her arm, was that painting. And then last year, back in February, I was on my way to Philadelphia in a snowstorm in a Prius with Lazy D and my dude Krusty from Lazy Ass Destroyer. My knees were in my tits the entire time. We're in a Prius, the 3 of us, and we got all this shit packed in this fucker. And yeah, on our way to, it's not that long of a drive,
right,
to Philadelphia from Cincinnati, but
it's 5 hours.
Yeah, not in a snowstorm. It took us 12 hours to get there.
It was in a snowstorm?
Oh, yeah, dude. It was fucking bad.
That's torture, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody taking shifts driving?
Yeah, well, no, we packed... me and Krusty drove. We don't let Lazy drive, because if you figure out who Lazy is and, like, look at his track record, he wrecks cars. Don't let him drive.
Especially in a
Don't
snowstorm,
let
fuck
Lazy
that.
D drive your fucking car.
Quick question.
Okay.
So we got nickname Lazy. We got nickname Krusty.
Lazy and Krusty.
Do you got one?
I'm Super Satan.
You're Super Satan?
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
okay.
Super Satan on the
I
road.
thought we had
yeah.
another T
No.
hidden in there somewhere.
Is there a smelly and a dopey?
Yeah. Well, they're both the same dudes, believe it or not. It's literally the same dude. I just switch them off, you know. Be like, you're fucking smelly, crusty, and you're fucking, god damn it. Stop giving these people this
Dopey
fucking
lazy.
short. Yeah, dopey. Well, it's like feeding booze to a hobbit. You know, he just like just fucking goes crazy, and I'm like, dude, put it away, calm down.
They turn into fun, furry-footed, tiny people.
Man, he tried to show me his penis one night. I'm like, dude, put it away.
Like, dude,
We're in a
I'm
parking
gonna look
lot.
at it, and I might kiss it, but I don't want
I don't want
Get the
to.
puppet.
You know, god damn it.
Don't force me into these situations, Krusty.
You know.
God damn it.
Here we are again. Here we are again.
Have you ever thought about putting the show on Pornhub?
I actually have. I have thought about that.
What's your plan?
You might get some traction on Pornhub.
I probably
But then the
puppet
puppet
sucks.
has to have a big red dick, otherwise it's not porn.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's gonna have
exactly.
a giant Satan
With
dick.
that
You
being
know.
said, have you looked into maybe, if not in the future, having the Super Satan show have porn stars come on? That would give you
What are
the
they gonna talk
platform
about?
on
Okay,
Pornhub.
all right.
Last week I sucked 9 dicks, so it's crazy.
That's
I was
fantastic.
like,
Were they all at once? Were they all at once in your mouth, or was there a line? Were you like a circus seal? What's going on?
I don't remember because, I don't know, trying to buy heroin with the money. I don't know. There's a lot of dicks, though. It might have been all at once. I don't know.
Were you blowing him like a circus seal playing Yankee Doodle Goes to Town?
And she's like, haha, you're funny. Can I suck the Papa's dick? And you're like,
I think you'd pass.
all right, well, that was Kendra Anal.
Fantastic interview.
And that'll be every interview you have.
Every
And
interview.
you're like, I am done with this immediately.
This sounded like it'd be a fun time, but these people are so sad.
Yeah.
These people are so sad. Don't touch me. Get away.
They give me $100 and I get nutted in, and then with 50 of it, I go and buy Plan B, and then I got $50. Like,
Yeah.
oh, cool.
I could buy.
Your life sounds awesome.
So good. You're probably invited to all the parties. I do so much cocaine. Oh my god. Yeah.
I'll snort all your cocaine.
Yeah, I know. Stop it. Get
I
away.
know
Get away
you
from my
will.
cocaine. Damn you. Get away from my cocaine.
That's Super Satan's cocaine.
It's my cocaine, goddammit.
So what's the porn plan again?
I don't think there is one.
There is no porn
No porn
plan.
plan?
Yeah.
Dude, I
was
barely,
hoping there was
I
going
barely
porn plan.
get. I'm lucky enough to just run what I've got. It's really just me. I don't have. At one point in time, I had partners. My first partner, the dude who built the original puppet, and the guy I had the idea with, went crazy. Literally went fucking crazy. Locked himself. Went and fucking checked himself into a psych ward for a few months. He's doing better now, but
Thank God.
Does he have a fun nickname like Wacky?
no, sadly no. It's just Paul.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just Paul.
Sorry, Paul. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. I hope you're feeling better.
Hope you're feeling better, Paul.
Wacky
Honestly,
Paul.
and
Fuck.
and then while Paul was around, I picked up a dude I used to play music with, and his name was Tim. And Tim's dead. Tim died. He overdosed.
Sorry to hear
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Yeah, and he was my dude. He was actually probably one of the first people actually willing to put money into one of my crazy ass ideas. He was buying gear. He was buying stuff. We were gonna build a studio. He was my technical end. He was the dude responsible for putting all the stuff up on YouTube and all that stuff, and editing and shit like that. Because I don't know how to do any of that shit. I don't have the equipment. I don't have any of the. I got a phone, and that's what I fucking use. I'm running on fucking 3 wheels here when I used to have 4, and
It's hard to do this shit by yourself. I don't know how to do this shit without these boys.
it is, yeah. I mean, and
It's like owning a business. When you want to do a passion or a passion and really pursue that shit, you are really delving deep in how serious things can really get with this stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, and it gets stressful sometimes, especially if you're trying to meet deadlines and stuff.
Oh, I don't have any. That's why I don't.
Well, that's probably good.
I don't have deadlines. I don't. That's why I tell. Every time I enter, I've got a band on, and I'll announce when I have the band on. I'm 8-ish, because I'm if I say 8 o'clock, then I'm fucking hemmed in and to be at 8 o'clock.
But what about your episode releases? Do you have
every Thursday?
Okay.
Every
so you
Thursday.
do have a deadline.
Yeah, that's a deadline.
Thursday, I do it on Thursdays, and there's no, again, and if I don't have a guest on, guess what? It's fucking reruns, because I got a bunch. I got lots of bands on, that I've shot film.
With 666 plus.
Plus, I probably got a video you haven't seen. So, and it's okay. Matter of fact, I was supposed to have a band on Thursday, and they backed out because
shout them out, those fuckers.
No. Actually, I like these guys, and it's just
Pat's always trying to burn bridges right to the
kill
ground.
them, burn them all.
Yeah.
What
are you doing? Shout
their name out to the world to hear.
Who are they?
They, it's fine. It's cool.
Don't shout them out. The
problem is like some people don't necessarily take me serious or treat me like a gig, because you wouldn't fucking do this to like the Southgate House Revival or the Northside Yacht Club or any of those places.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, we thought about it. I thought we were going to confirm. I'm like, no, dude, I had my phone out, which is a big deal. If I got my phone out and I'm telling you I'm going to be here at a fucking day, on a day,
you're scheduled.
That means I'm going to fucking be there. I'm not going to call you, every 2 fucking hours. Hey, we're still going to be this, right? We're still doing this, right?
I get that. Yeah.
We totally relate with that.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to, I do what I say I'm going to do.
Yeah.
All right? And I
Man
realize
your word.
a lot of people aren't necessarily like that or
Fuck yeah.
We have a 2 times policy. If they fuck us twice,
yeah,
it's
fuck
like,
that.
over.
Yeah,
sorry guys, I'm not getting you back. I'm sorry if we're friends. We've done it to a couple people.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
Hey, we had a chance. You said yes.
Yeah.
We booked it. You didn't treat us seriously, and fuck you. If you don't want to take us seriously, I'm not gonna take you seriously.
The worst is when someone like ditches like last second. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that like the day of or the night before.
That shit's fucking annoying.
Yeah. There's one band that has burned that bridge.
Oh,
with
really?
the
Harbor.
One strike.
Nice.
Yes.
What's the name of the band?
Harbor.
Harper.
Harbor.
They
like
suck
a
ass.
like a harbor.
I don't know.
They are harbor.
I didn't want them on, but like
we're calling it out. I don't give a fuck.
All right, fuck them then.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
They're real.
Blackballed on the Super Satan Show. Bam. Done.
The only reason we were
You're dead to me.
The only reason we're such
appreciate it.
douchebags about it is because they were like, it's gonna hurt our image to come on. I'm like, you
What?
fucking pussies.
Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
No one's
Stupid
listening.
fucking
Like, there's
podcast.
people listening,
Jesus
sure, but
Christ.
like, we're not gonna fucking hurt your
Yeah.
image. They were like, we've heard stories of him telling. But whatever the story is, I'll say fucking anything on here. So
Yeah.
I don't
We
care.
talk about
It's your-
nutting on vegetables.
Yeah.
But
I
also,
mean,
you don't have to, as the guest, you don't have to say a fucking word. Like,
Right.
I'll tell all the crazy stories myself. I mean, that sucks because then the guest sucks, but it's like, we're not going to hurt your image. We're going to hurt our own fucking, if anything.
I actually do, although I actually have run across that. I get that. Okay, the punk rock kids fucking love me. Thank you, punk rock kids. I fucking love you.
Punk, yeah.
Yeah, well, the people that I actually get pushback from are the metal dudes.
Like the hardcore kids?
No, just
Or
metal,
like-
metal in general.
Oh, really?
Metal in
Yeah,
general. Any
yeah,
type genre
Just
of
about,
metal.
yeah, just about, yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what?
I've asked, I've reached out to contact. No, I'm not trying
Just
to
kidding,
stop
don't.
it.
God
Stop
damn it,
it.
Patrick.
Jesus,
don't.
just let them
Because
make it
sooner
to the end of a
Constant
story.
shit talking.
Because sooner or later, these guys are going to realize that I'm an actual fucking resource, and I can actually fucking help. I can put them in front of more fucking people in 24 hours versus their last 2 fucking shows.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can promise you that. I fucking promise you that. Within 24 hours of posting the video, at least 1,000 views, at least. Sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on the band. But at least 1,000 people are gonna watch that fucking video. Watch your band.
Absolutely.
You know how many people were at your last 2 fucking gigs?
Dude,
last
what's the
3 gigs?
What's the pushback that you get on it? Like, what are the things that dudes have said to you over the time?
Actually, what it is I just don't hear from them anymore.
Oh, they just stop.
They just
like responding back.
yeah.
Like,
or-
we'll hit you up and then.
Yeah, and I never hear from them anymore.
Oh wow. Those are the worst.
That's all right. That's cool because guess what? For every one fucking douchey person that doesn't want to fuck, and it's usually not the whole band either. Like, it's usually one guy that's like, "That's fucking stupid. I don't want to fucking do that. You know,
That super
ruin our
serious guy.
image. Ruin our image. I'm
So
a serious
silly.
I'm a serious musician, motherfucker. Get on a puppet
Yeah.
show. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. That's
Yeah,
what I say to you. Fuck you.
Any promotion is good promotion.
Right.
And anyone that's like in a passion that wants to do anything and you want to be quote unquote serious, you would fucking take any opportunity you possibly have in your free time to go and do that shit.
Well, even if so, say that we have another band that we're friends with that a member doesn't want to do it because he's also worried about the shit that we talk about sometimes.
Oh my God!
But I'm fine with that because he didn't, book a whole episode with us and tell us that he's gonna be there. Months in it because we book our calendar out. Like, when do we book it with you? A couple months ago.
Yeah. I do that too. I'm several months out too.
Exactly, and we have a lot of people that want to do this fucking thing. So it's like
that's awesome.
If we guarantee something. And I'm sure it's the same for you. If we guarantee something, it's like, well, come do our show. Like, we're giving you a spot to go fucking talk for 2 hours to our audience. And it's like, if you book that months in advance, and then finally, the day before you're supposed to come on, now you finally have listened to an episode, and everybody's like, oh, fuck. Like, they say really crazy shit sometimes. We don't want to do it.
I was like, oh, fucking awesome. Because I was on the weekly hookup with Mark Borison. You know who he is?
No, what's that?
It's another like podcast. It's like
there's another podcast around here?
He does it through a Radio Artifact.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Actually,
he's on our radar.
Yeah.
He's on
Mark is super cool. You guys
I want him on.
He's super nice guy. I love him. He's really nice. But like, he was like, we can't cuss, and I was like, man, cut my fucking hands off. Jesus Christ, I can't cuss. And like when we're doing the interview, he almost did it. He almost said shit, and I was like, oh, you almost said it. Oh, yes.
You called him out?
I am killing this.
How do you tell a good fist fuck joke without the
word
fuck?
You can't, or fist or fuck. They need to be together. They just need to be together. So yeah, any other questions? What else would you like to know?
I mean, so you said that you were on his show and you were like, so you found out about us and you wanted to come on because we curse? You're just using this for cursing?
No, I just thought I felt a lot better about, I felt like I could talk more, a little more openly because like I'm a disgusting human being and I fucking, I convey that to people that I talk to.
Can you talk about any crazy story? Like what makes you so gross? Like what's the gross shit that you get into?
Just really awful stuff that you shouldn't laugh at.
Yeah.
Makes me laugh.
That's Cody.
For instance, why don't you pull up on YouTube? I need you to. Okay, this is why I'm going to hell. All right, I need you to dial in retard werewolf.
Retard werewolf?
This is about to be great.
Yeah, I'm down for this.
You ready? Because this is really horrible stuff. If you laugh, I'll see y'all in hell.
I know.
We don't laugh at this stuff.
No, I'm familiar with this.
You've seen it, so I see you know.
It's great. Yeah, they're up there reading slam poetry in wheelchairs or whatever, like the Special Olympics of slam poetry.
The top one. There you go.
Fantastic. Let's watch.
This is pretty great.
Werewolf.
Somebody showed me this in high school. Yeah.
I am the werewolf. Werewolf in London. Oh my God. Werewolf in Paris. Werewolf is fun.
Well, this is just fucking awful.
Werewolf is gothic.
Into werewolf.
By two demons.
Wait for the Stephen Hawking dude.
Look, it's Luke in the middle.
I like to make werewolf movies.
Wait.
I fight vampires.
Werewolves.
The kid can't talk with his normal retard voice. He's got to use the
Stephen Hawking speaking spell, like, I fight vampires.
And that's not fair to the other retarded kids in that room, because they give him a completely normal robot voice.
Yeah.
They needed to give him a tard robot voice.
I fight vampires. I mean, this is why I'm a horrible human being, because this kind of stuff makes me laugh.
Great.
Cody calls it getting the goofball.
No, all these wheelchair goofballs are sitting here reading slam poetry.
These low watt gurglers are fucking... just laying out the poetry there. Yeah. Hi, I'm Jason. I'm a horrible human being.
Everyone's afraid to make fun of the retarded Jason, but I'm telling you, if they're offended, then they're not retarded.
Okay, all right. Check this out. All right, so one of my very good friends, his little brother has Down syndrome. Okay.
And you just point and laugh all day.
No, check this out. A little bit. And he laughs at it too. He's like, oh my God.
Just chucking food in his big, giant headed face.
No, he was like, what the? So him. God damn. Okay, so him and my buddy and his little brother are watching MTV on the couch one day, and his little brother goes, "That's retarded." And dude looked down at him. He was like, John, do you know what that means? He's like, yeah, that right there, and pointed to the fucking shit.
And he pointed to the mirror.
Well, no, he just pointed to the shit on TV.
What the fuck?
And he pointed to the shit on TV. That's hilarious. So you're a horrible human being.
I think I'm worse than you.
We're gonna be in the lunch line in hell tomorrow morning. It's gonna be great. And he was like, well, yeah, that right there. And I was like, okay, well, look. If anybody is an expert on what's fucking retarded and what isn't, it's this fucking guy. And if he says it's fucking retarded, chances are it's fucking retarded.
That kid's writing the book on what's retarded.
Flat
That's
the
a
fuck
fact.
out. You know, that shit's retarded. You know.
So do you watch a lot of fucked up videos on the internet?
No, not really. It's just when stuff, you know, like I collect funny, weird stories, like the fucking bruised vegetable story,
Right.
that kind of shit. That makes me.
You got some more for us, dude?
Yeah, I want to
that
hear all.
story-
I want to hear
okay,
something.
all right.
That story
Well, all right.
blew
Well,
my big
mind.
retarded
All right,
heart.
well, this one isn't as good as the bruised vegetable, but I like to call this one the human bunny slipper.
I like it
All right.
already.
Nervous.
All right, so a friend of mine. Again, this all starts with friends because I hang out with horrible human beings too. He comes into my house and we're down in the basement smoking and drinking, and he fucking comes in and he puts his foot up on this chair and he points to it and he says, "Somebody finally answered my ad about fisting," and I went, "Gross. Go on." He said,
Craigslist
okay.
ad?
Yeah. This is Craigslist ad he had.
Oh, it was in the newspaper for
Yeah, you know, yeah, it was on
the Inquirer.
yeah. So, I'm like, okay, still looking at the foot questioningly and slightly trying to like get away from it. Like, okay, scoot away from it a little. He said, yeah, I met this dude was gonna gave me fucking, I forget how much money he gave him. He went over to his house, and he took a fisting condom. Did you know such a thing existed?
No. What is it?
No.
What, like it's a shape
A
of a
fisting?
fist?
No, man. You put it. You know,
Just
it's
a giant
it's
condom.
It's like a giant thing that you put up a horse's ass or whatever. You know, for whatever reason you would do that. But anyway, don't interrupt the story.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so he's like, he tells me to put this fisting condom on my fucking leg, right? And it goes all the way up to his knee, and he fucking tapes it around the top of it to his knee, right? So like the lower half of his fucking foot is covered in this fisting condom. You look at you.
I'm
You're like,
I'm invested, dude.
And then what happened?
Right.
So he sits down and my buddy sits down in this fucking lazy boy recliner, and he reclines all the way back, and then this dude spends the next hour and a half working my friend's fisted condomed foot up his ass.
And you're watching?
I'm not watching. Hell no.
How
Why would I
close are
watch
you?
that?
He's
I'm
not watching. He's videotaping. He's
I'm
making sure that he has
I'm like,
all the
yeah,
angles.
you know. No, he's just telling me this story, and I'm like, and he's like super pumped about it. Like, oh my god, this was so fucking cool. Because this dude's gay, and you know that's why I wanted to do the fisting thing, because he's been trying to do that for a really long time. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, you know. And yeah, so yeah, some guy paid him, you know, a lot of money to let him put his foot up his ass. And so this guy, you know, they're watching Idiocracy, which is even weirder.
What a more perfect
Right.
film to watch.
And this dude is trying to fucking. And I was like, well, was he making any sounds or anything? Is he like fucking making Red Foreman jokes about foot in the ass or anything? You know, no. And he was like, no, he was quiet about it. You know, occasional grunt or
Just
whatever.
super quiet.
You know, just fucking trying to bear down and get that foot all the way up, and literally got his fucking foot in this dude's ass.
That was my next question. How
No, oh no,
far?
it got
foot?
the whole foot, bro. Whole
Oh my
foot.
fucking
But he's
God.
he's Asian.
Fucking God.
He's Asian, so he's got tiny feet. But still,
okay.
Because
but
they do
still-
the feet binding, yeah.
Yeah, well, and this
I'm
dude
fucking
did.
around.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he was doing feet binding. But anyway, no, literally, this guy has his fucking like up to his shin in this dude's asshole.
That's
And the
incredible.
foot that he put up on the chair was the offending foot. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I was like, how long did he do? He was like, man, it took about an hour and a half for it to
To get
happen.
the whole foot?
To get the whole foot up in there.
And
How
then,
did
like,
he have to twist his feet up and his toes in order to get it
No,
inside
man,
the butthole?
I don't, dude. I didn't ask that question because I was just like envisioning this dude trying to fucking
For an hour?
for an
While I was
hour.
watching Idiocracy.
While watching Idiocracy, oh, I love this part. Fucking,
So like, but what was did he say what the end game was? Like, did he
No,
get the
that
foot up
was
the
it.
ass?
Did
and
he
then
nut?
he exploded and
No.
lost his mind?
No,
Or
He
that
just
was
wanted-
it.
just
That
wanted
was
a foot
it.
in
That
his
he just
ass.
wanted a foot in his ass. And I was
my
like, well,
God.
fuck, man, you need a set of twins now so you can have fucking human bunny slippers.
Oh, that's
Ta-da.
perfect.
oh my God,
The human bunny slipper. Thank you very much.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That is a challenge. He should put that up on Craigslist.
Right, that's what I was like, man. You need a set of twins, and just fucking get them bunny ears, and then let me come over and take pictures of their fucking faces all and grimaced like.
Dude, here's an idea. It sounds like you got a fuckload of these stories. Why don't you fucking take that puppet out on a stage and, like, reverse Jeff Dunham style, have the puppet tell all these fucked up stories, like you've got the mic or some shit, but it looks like the puppet's telling it, and it's just telling this collection of horrific stories, but always make it the puppet's story.
Right.
Like,
And you're
every
like, so
single
this
time.
one time I answered a Craigslist ad about putting a hoof up someone's ass. It's pretty great. Maybe. I was thought about that.
Have you thought about doing any live shows with the puppet? Or
I
have
actually,
you done that?
I do. I MC. I actually have MC'd some shows. I've got one coming up here October 12th with so a bunch of bands.
What type of show is it? Like punk rock? Or,
No,
or-
it's actually one guy. It's called it's the Highlander Fest. That's it. This guy is a bass player, plays bass in 4 bands, and all his bands are playing. It's his birthday, so he's gonna fucking all his bands are playing, and he's gonna play bass in all of them. So there's a couple of different. Like one is are you hip to Blessed Black?
I never get to leave the house. I'm always working on
All right.
weekends,
Okay.
so I don't
Okay.
know a lot of them.
Black Tractor. No, Black Tractor.
No, these are
Crooked
all
Rook.
these band names you've told me are all new to me. and
Okay,
it's awesome.
well, just fucking scroll through my videos, man.
I would
There's
definitely be doing
any of that stuff. But like, yeah, he plays bass for all these bands, like 4 of them, and
That's a
so
lot.
he invited. Well, I get invited to like film and stuff, like show up, hang out, and film, and like I said, I filmed like the first three or 4 of the songs from the bands, and then I fucking share it out, and but yeah, so I'm gonna host or whatever, but I don't really.
That's really cool.
Or do you host it with the puppet? Or is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
just-
with the puppet, yeah.
How does that work from a microphone angle? Like, do you got to make it look
I
like
ruin
the puppet's...
I ruin the magic, and I just stand there with the fucking puppet hanging off my arm because I
Put a black sheet over.
no,
it.
I don't, man. I'm gonna skip. Let's just skip the pretense that I'm actually trying to pretend that I'm a fucking puppeteer.
I love that,
or
though,
a
'cause it's-
ventriloquist or any of that shit. Because I'm not.
Have
I'm
you ever-
not any of that.
Have you ever heard of Otto and George before?
No.
Otto and George is dead now, unfortunately, but George was the puppet and Otto was the comedian or whatever the fuck. And he would bring the puppet everywhere. He's a super famous comedian. And
Okay. I
well, not
probably have
super
seen
famous, but like legendary amongst other comics. Like most comics just love him and respect him, and unfortunately he's dead now. But he was filthy dirty. He was
Cool.
like the X-rated fucking puppet comment or
Love
whatever.
that.
And he would just stand up there and do the same thing. Everybody's like, I can see his lips moving. And it's like you're missing the point. The puppet's talking about how Otto smokes crack and passes
yeah.
out, and all these fucked up stories about fucking hookers
Yeah.
and shit like that, and all this crazy, like, just the worst, most fucked up jokes. But he does the same exact thing, and because that's not what it's about. It's not about
Right.
oh, look, I can throw my voice.
Yeah.
It's not some fucking weird Jeff Dunham shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
obviously this is a puppet.
Yeah,
Obviously
it's-
I'm the dude controlling the puppet. This is just part of the fucking the fun.
Yeah, I can tell these horrible stories and disassociate. It's called disassociation. I use the puppet.
Yeah.
It's not my story. It's the puppet's story.
Yeah, dude.
But no, I've done some stand up too.
How'd you like that?
It was cool. I liked it, but the thing about it was I was the first and only time I actually did some actual stand up, like real life fucking
Right.
stand up was I was at an all black club. I was the only white dude in there, and I'm like, all right,
All
dude.
black club, white dude with a puppet. I'm
No,
sure
I
it
didn't
went
have.
over
I didn't.
great.
This
No
was
puppet
this was
this
year.
time.
This was
Yeah.
this was years before the puppet. This was about a decade before the puppet. And yeah, I got up there and I was like, so I've noticed that you guys like to talk about your ethnicity and where y'all from and stuff like that. I'm just gonna skip all that. You guys can probably figure out where I'm from and what my ethnicity is. It's fine. And then I proceeded to tell them the story about how I bought pot off a naked guy.
Can you tell us that
I can
story?
totally tell you
Yeah,
that story.
I wanna hear all these
But wait,
Curious
before
about
you
you.
tell us that story, how did it go? Maybe no.
It was
okay.
alright. I wasn't, I didn't kill or anything like that.
I'd
I
be
mean, it
too
was like
nervous to
literally
do
my
stand-up.
first time actually doing that, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to actually test myself because I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. I wanted to actually be in a room full of fucking strangers to see where it is.
You're not getting any fake laughs.
Just to try it
I'm
out.
getting real. I'm getting real. Real responses from fucking strangers that don't know me, and probably look at me like, look at this fucking silly ass Peckerwood, Because I looked like a used car salesman. I had a fucking red plaid jacket on, and like my hair is all slicked back, and I was like, what can I do to get you in this Kia today? So yeah, it was okay.
I'd be too nervous. I could never do it. I feel like I'd be fucking awful.
I've been in front of a lot of people over the years, so it's once you get past the fear of fucking up and looking like a moron, and just accept that you look like a moron, it's fine. It's all downhill from there,
So when you had tried it, you had already been playing music before.
Oh yeah. I've been an MC. Like what the MC bit is actually just like very small comedian fucking bits where I come out.
Yeah.
I tell a fucking couple of lame ass jokes, like two baby seals walk into a club.
Okay. It took me a second.
Yeah.
Now I feel like those kids at that poetry competition.
Yeah. Yay! I like seals.
So you bought pot off a naked guy.
Yeah, I bought pot off a naked guy. So
Was it good pot?
It was all right. Yeah, it was all right. It was actually, man, he sold us really fat fucking joints for $5. Like the size of my thumb, man. Fucking huge joints.
Nice.
So, okay, so this was 1994, the summer of. Oops. Weed was hard to get.
I was 1 year old.
Oh, was you? Oh, that's darling.
He's a little baby.
Oh, that is darling.
I wasn't even. I was born December
I was
of
also 1
'93.
year.
I wouldn't have even been one. I would have been a couple months old.
Nice. Well, you couldn't get weed back then. It was really hard to get weed at that time. And
Only naked dudes sold it.
yeah, well, I didn't know. Okay, well, wait now, hang on now. So like it's been 3 days. I'm climbing the fucking walls. My girlfriend at the time is like, well, I know where we can get some weed, and I'm like, bitch, you're just now fucking telling me this? Let's fucking go. Come on, Ron. And my roommate Ron, who let me preface this story with, Ron got hit by a bus when he was a kid.
Fuck yeah, he did.
And he's kind of not all there,
He got fucked up by that
Yeah.
bus?
Yeah.
Let's say he likes poetry.
He almost.
God damn it. God damn it.
I'm sorry, I keep
No,
interrupting.
you're
good.
right. That's all
That's
right.
funny.
That's funny. But he had a clip in his brain, so he's kind of like one day he told me, he's like, man, if we're ever smoking pot and I just fall over and die, that's what happened. The clip came out, and I'm like, good to know. Okay.
Fucking
God.
criminy.
Cool, buddy. Cool. So me, him, and her, we load up in this car and we drive about 20 minutes out of town. And we pull up to this apartment complex or whatever, right? And we get up to the door, and she's like, gets ready to knock on the door, and she looks at me and she says, "Don't freak out." And I'm like, bitch, what the what do you mean don't freak out? Why you want to tell what's going wait. And the next thing I know, the door opens up and this head pops around the door. And he's like, this dude standing there, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Robin, what are you doing here? Come on in." And this is my boyfriend Jason, and this is his friend Ron. Can we come in? And the dude was like, "Yeah, come on in." And he basically pulls the door open, and we can't see him anymore. So Robin,
Like he scurried down the hall or something?
she walks in, and fucking, I'm like, okay, cool, all right. I'm looking around, nothing's weird, nothing blood stains or nothing weird. Okay, so, and my buddy Ron is right behind me. And we file into the kitchen. She sits down at the table. It's this big glass octagon table. And the glass is, foreshadowing. We sit down, and dude walks in. And I turn to my right, and there's his fucking junk right fucking there. And I'm like, whoa. And I look at my girlfriend, and she's like,
We're getting weed.
And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And my dude Ron is like, he's fucking wide-eyed. He's like, whoa, what's happening?
Like the dude doesn't give a shit at all.
Dude's like, yeah, he's groomed and shaved and like, he looked like he was waxed. I didn't inspect too closely.
Turtle shell.
It was like right there. I mean, so like I could tell it was.
Get a good look at the one-eyed monster.
Yeah, and I was like, God damn. And, it wasn't like big and giant or intimidating or anything like that. But,
a cock
still.
out in the room when you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
I don't care how little it is.
Yeah, it's like,
intimidating.
Whoa. So he sits down right across from me.
It's like a Sixth Sense. It's a cock out.
Is there a cock out? I'm feeling what's happening right now. Jesus Christ. So he sits down across from me, and again, there's this glass table, and I can still see his fucking junk through the table, and I'm like, God damn it.
I can't stop
I cannot stop looking at this cock.
It's like an elephant in the room. How would you not
it's
look?
It's there, right there.
You ever seen those like TV shows where people are like nudists and shit? Like,
Yeah.
how would you not feel super uncomfortable the whole time?
After you just have to condition yourself. Apparently.
I guess so.
We did a podcast where dudes had their dicks out on camera the whole time for this Olympics competition, and I'll tell you, I never made direct eye contact with anything but their dicks the entire time.
Oh yeah,
It was
I could draw a picture of both their cocks.
Like you had the microphone up to the cock. So, how do you feel about this competition? All right, you feeling strong? Good. All right.
But I'm sorry. Anyways,
That's
go
okay.
looking at the dick.
Looking at the dick, and finally he's like, and my girlfriend's like, hey, we wanted to buy some weed, and he's like, oh yeah, sure. And he gets up, and I'm looking at his ass, and I'm like, God damn it, again.
Did he have a little rolled up like toilet paper?
No,
crunch?
not a hair on his body.
Like an Olympic
He was
swimmer.
smooth, man. He was smooth, and then
All skin.
And then he pulls out the tray and sets it on the glass table, and I can no longer see his penis. So I feel completely better about the
You're
whole
out of the
fucking-
trance.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Now let's focus on what's fucking happening.
Why
here.
am I here again?
Give me
Okay.
some drugs, goddammit. I want some weed right fucking now. And like he rolled us up a couple joints, and he smoked one with us, and it was good. It was cool. And then the second time I bought weed off. No, actually, when we left, right? Again, my friend Ron, like I said, is a little, not all there. We walk out, we get to the car, and Ron was like, man, there was something weird about that dude, wasn't there?
Of course.
And I'm like, what do you mean, Ron? I don't know. Was he naked? He was naked, right? That was weird, right? That was weird. And I'm like, yeah, Ron, it was fucking weird. Yeah, dude, that was fucking weird. He was naked, that was weird. That is the proper response you want to fucking have. So, yeah. Naked
He didn't
guy.
even address. So you're telling me he didn't address it once that he
No,
was nude? What
no.
the fuck?
No, and I'm
Wow.
like, yeah, and I immediately climbed on her, like, bitch, what the fuck are you bringing me to some fucking weirdo's house?
What the fuck?
Goddamn.
We
I
used
mean, it's a good thing he had good weed because it was all right. It was, again, we hadn't had any weed in a couple of days, so I was happy
Anything
to
would have been good.
Yeah, anything would have been great at that
Yeah.
point. I
What if
was
you had
happy.
smoked it with some dirt weed? I might have stomped his naked ass to
Yeah,
death.
been like, man, I came in here and this shit tastes like fucking some bullshit I got up from underneath my fucking lawnmower. Fuck you, man. I'm whooping your ass. And it turns out somebody did. Somebody whooped
For
that.
being naked?
No, they broke into his house. They robbed him, basically.
He was
But-
probably naked.
But he was naked.
It
Was he a
defenseless.
nudist? What was his deal?
Yeah,
it
it was
a
just a
news
nudist.
story?
Yeah, he was a nudist. Yeah, he was.
Oh, he was a nudist.
He was a
Okay.
nudist.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought he was just like a bad motherfucker. who's, I'm not getting clothes on for these people.
No, yeah,
I'll
he
fight
just-
him.
That's
Yeah,
how,
like, I don't
that's
know
how much
them.
I don't give a fuck.
Right. But no, it's just
These
some
dudes.
nudist maniac.
Fight me, motherfucker. No, I don't want to fight you. You're naked.
Why would you ever want to fight
No.
someone who comes at you nude?
No, don't put it away.
Was he in a karate stance the whole time?
Yeah. Whoa. But yeah. So that's yeah.
I had some friends that we used to show our dicks to each other to like. It was like we watched the movie Waiting.
What the fuck?
Well, we saw the movie Waiting, and
You
we
were
thought it
waiting.
was fucking hilarious because they would pull their cocks out and like, but you couldn't just the whole. There's a game that's about
They were
working at
looking
a service
great.
industry.
Waiting for the penis.
Yeah. No, it's like waiting tables or whatever the
Okay.
fuck.
Okay. Oh
And-
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the game is like. He was like, there's a game that we play, and you got to show your cock and balls to each other. And he's like, just fucking whip it out like some kind of fucking maniac. He was
Right.
like, there's real sport to the whole
yeah,
thing. You got
gotta
to
be
trick
subtle
somebody
about
into
it.
seeing
You're
it.
subtle about it. Yeah.
And you get a certain
when they
number of
least
cooks.
expect it.
Our friends thought that was fucking hilarious, and we take it to the next level and just do dumb shit. And we had a friend.
Nah, they were just looking
we
for
called-
any way to experiment with their sexuality without being open about it.
Don't make it weird.
Okay.
Don't shame dude just because he wanted to. Don't shame dude. Come on.
I
now.
can totally believe
Don't
that.
don't listen to this hater. You should pull out your fucking dick
Yeah,
and
you
balls
would
right
pull out
now.
your
Go
dick,
right a
Cody.
fucking head. Go ahead.
I don't know that I'm going to do that
You want to
right
play
now.
this quote unquote game with your friends? Go ahead.
I mean,
Yeah. We were playing this crazy game where we were sucking each other off.
wow,
It's a
that is
weird
crazy.
game.
That's
High
crazy.
stakes. Delicious ending. No. So No, there was one time we were at my friend Josh's house, and Josh used to be a big fat fuck, and then doing drugs, smoking crack, all kinds of crazy shit. Now he's got his life together. He's a reborn again Christian.
I didn't know he was smoking crack.
It's fucking impossible to hang out with him and have a conversation that doesn't turn into Jesus, and that's annoying. But
hate these guys. I hate
he looks
these guys.
tremendous now. He's doing great. So shouts outs to Josh. But back in the Disney, Josh living at his parents' house or whatever kind of gave less of a fuck, and we're hanging out with crazy people and shit like that. And our friend Wester Dragon is over at the house, and we all got drunk the night before.
That's not his name.
We call him Wester Dragon or like the Doc of the Wester Woods. We were making fun of him when we called him that name because he would always come up with douchey nicknames for himself, and he would go through all these trendy phases. Like I've pretty much looked like this forever.
Call me Night Falcon.
But he would be like one year you go to school and the motherfucker is like a juggalo, and the next year now he's got anarchy tattooed on his head with a mohawk, and now I'm listening to crust punk, and I'm like, yeah, sure. Whatever, dude. But he had good weed, so keep him around.
Sure,
keep him around. He's got
I
the
would say
connect.
to his face.
And he was funny, and he'd pull his dick out, and that was pretty funny. And we all blacked out drunk. And I wake up on Josh's family living room couch. This is where his sister, his brother, like cats and dogs, the fucking religious family members, the whole gambit, they're all there. And I wake up, I sense that there's somebody behind me, and then I start hearing guitar being played. I'm just like, shut the fuck up with the guitar right now. Like, why the fuck are you playing guitar? It's so early. And then I hear Wester Dragon singing, and I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sleep. And I turn around, and I'm like, seriously, Mike, shut the fuck up. What the fuck? It's his whole dick and balls is inches away from my face. And he's Captain Morgan style posing with his foot up on the couch and playing guitar and serenading me and just staring me in the eyes. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then Josh comes into the living room because he had just woke up. He's getting himself coffee, and he's just like, he turned, because Mike had just disrobed right there. Cool. And just disrobed right there and fucking like took his dick out or whatever. So one minute he sees Mike and he's fully clothed, and the next minute he walks around the corner and he's naked in his living room serenading me with his cock out. It was bizarre to say the least, but it was pretty fucking funny. Then Mrs. Sweeney goes to open the door up, and Mike's got to scramble outside, butt ass naked, try to put his fucking clothes on real fast before he looks like the psychopath that he is with his cock out playing guitar to fuck with me.
Where's this man today?
Fuck? Yeah, what's he do now?
I think he blows glass for a living. And dudes,
with his dick out.
No, I think he blows glass and makes like bowls and shit, but officially he doesn't make bowls. I don't know. I don't talk to him anymore. He's kind of I always thought that he was kind of lame, but he was.
But he had good weed.
Yeah, he had good weed, and he put his dick out in your face.
And he'd bring like DMT over, and we'd smoke that in a light bulb.
Yes. Out of a light bulb, though?
We'd take a light bulb.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do or something? I mean, that's what I've heard from. I mean, I've never done it, so I've heard people have done it out of light bulbs.
Smoke
Isn't that
DMT
weird?
out of a fucking bowl.
The drug addict maniacs that I was hanging out with were smoking it out of a light bulb, so that's how I chose to try to do DMT. But it didn't work. I didn't blast off. I didn't get anywhere with it. I just fucking smoked it, and it started to feel real funny, and it felt like I was starting to levitate. And I was just like, fuck this. I don't want to blast off. This seems way too scary.
On it.
Yeah, apparently there's like a vape pen way to do it now. It's crazy. Yeah.
What?
Just put in a vape pen, just
I think I've heard that too.
right to the moon.
They have
But
DMT
the thing about it-
cartridges now?
I don't know. I don't know if it's sanctioned by anybody. I don't know the state of California.
I don't give a fuck.
I think you gotta hang out with some sketchy people and you get a cartridge. But I was around some dude that had a cartridge of DMT, and my friends smoked it, and they got loopy. But apparently that's not. I mean, DMT is supposed to be you're blasting off into the fucking solar system with your brain. And didn't seem to be that's what had happened, but he kind of got scared, and he was like, a lot of people tell you it's 10 or 15 minutes, but that's only if you don't blast off. If you don't blast off, you're going to be high for like an hour, and it's going to be real weird. In reality, it's going to seem real funky. And I was like,
Doesn't
fuck
sound
that.
like fun.
I'm good on all
That sounds like what I got from the little bit I had from our mutual friend.
Yeah.
Weird.
No,
Sorry,
dude,
we started talking about drugs.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm a little old to be experimenting with drugs. So
I don't experiment anymore.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you something though,
Sure.
because we were talking about that stuff earlier. I mean, since you do the Super Satan show, do people get like message you really religious shit? Do you ever get like weirdos like that?
All right. Yes, I do.
Because I'd love to hear more.
What
about
I get.
that.
What I get is okay, I had a festival. Southgate House gave me a festival this year. I had the Super Satan Fest at Southgate House Revival. They gave me all 3 stages.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really fucking rad. And that was like the first time I'd ever actually put put together a show like ever. So that was like it went well, and it was the first time I'd ever did it. So I was like, fucking thank God. Everybody got paid that was supposed to get paid, and fucking that was the important thing. But the thing was, is while we were setting up, the bartender got a phone call, and it was a bomb threat.
Wow.
Yeah. They
From
were
some
like,
fucking religious
yeah,
folks?
I guess something. They were like, hey, you doing that Satan thing down there tonight?
Well, I'd like to report a bomb.
And they were like, yeah. And the guy was like, well, I hope that place blows up. And then hung up. And we all had a laugh.
Is that really a bomb threat?
Yeah, well, they were checking bags the rest of the night. They took it seriously enough.
Yeah.
They were checking bags the rest of the night. And then I had protesters across the street.
That's awesome.
What
though.
was it like?
And there was only 3 of them. There was 3 of them. They, like...
3
at least
people
have some
dedicated their
signs?
whole night to protest
Dude,
your
they were
shit.
there for a half hour. I was kind of bummed because by the time I got my puppet together and the camera running, because I wanted to capture the moment when they realized that they were protesting a fucking puppet show. That's what I was like. I gotta get this. Fuck.
Damn,
and
that
they
would
were
have been
gone.
real
I
good.
know, right?
That would have been
Ah, fuck.
awesome.
But no, they were gone.
You
But
just have to walk into a church with that thing now.
well, or show up with Joel Osteen.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I get messages from not people don't send me religious stuff, but okay, let me say this. I am not part of the Church of Satan. I am not part of the Temple of Satan, the Synagogue of Satan, the Satan of Satan, or any of that bullshit. I'm not part of any organized religion.
Because it's all dumb.
Do you
'Cause
want to
it's-
be?
No. Fuck no.
It's all
I'm
silliness.
47, dude. I done did it already. You know what I mean? Come on. I mean, okay, Anton LaVey, if you read the fucking Satanic Bible, Anton LaVey pretty much says on practical, I think it's almost page 3, I think, that church is bullshit. Okay? Church is bullshit, and therefore, by that same fucking, spirit, I would imagine his own church is bullshit too.
Also, he's a con artist. He lied about a
Exactly.
bunch of things.
Exactly.
If you look at Anton LaVey, he lied about crazy shit all
Yeah,
the time.
I've read extensively on Anton
Yeah.
LaVey. So yeah, I know, that's bullshit.
He's not
But
even highly
spirit-
regarded in the Church of Satan,
Yeah.
the real...
But spiritually, like if you read some of his stuff that he wrote, like not Satanic Bible, but like the Devil's Notebook, for instance, that's a pretty good fucking book, and it's real thin. It won't take you long to read, but it's actually pretty interesting. It's got some really, really good fucking, just some of his thoughts and how he fucking lived his life, and that's what I fucking kind of stick to. I personally, I wouldn't call myself a Satanist. I'd call myself a LaVeyist.
What's that?
You follow the tenets of the satanic Bible.
LaVeyan Satanism is basically like, there's no demons in hell.
Yeah,
and all
there's
this
no
bullshit.
demons.
The idea of LaVeyan Satanism is basically you are your own God and you live your life according to your own rules, as long as your rules don't hurt anybody else and you don't like assault anybody unless they were to do it to you.
If
you
it
live
harm- if
as
it harm
selfishly as
none-
possible, basically.
If it harm none, what is it? How is it? If it harm none, so mote it be. It's basically if you're not hurting anybody, fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Whatever makes you happy.
Right.
You want to drink
Hedonism.
and fuck
That's-
and
yeah, if
whatever you
you
want
want
to
to drink, fuck,
do,
whatever.
do it.
But as long as you're not hurting anybody, even yourself, because that kind of shit can hurt yourself too. But fuck it.
Just live life the way
Just
you
live
want
life
to.
the way you want to. Don't be an asshole and step on people and shit. You get along just fine.
It's also pro selfishness, basically. Like there's a layman's way to put it. Like you're
Yeah.
basically all about yourself.
If
like
Is that true?
it's a religion about
Are you
yourself.
all about yourself?
No, I'm not actually.
Just kidding.
I'm not actually. I share out the interview half of my show where I'm actually in it. I hardly share out at all. It's the music half that I share out. That's what I fucking push. I don't care. I don't necessarily care if they see the puppet or not. I mean, it's cool that they do, but it's really the music. The Super Satan show is not about Satan. Maybe a little bit, but mostly it's about the fucking band I'm talking to.
Right.
And Satan is the puppet is just the hook. You're scrolling through Facebook, blah blah, cat meme, fucking oh no, look, another Bill Cosby meme. I'm tired of those. Oh, what the fuck is this? Is this a puppet? What the fuck is that? And then I click on it, and that's when I fucking got you. So, because you have to, in this fucking world that we live in right now, you have you have exactly maybe 2 to 3 seconds to catch someone's attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that thing does it. every time. If you've never seen it before and you're like, what the fuck is this?
We got to get a puppet, boys.
You gotta get puppets,
we need
bro.
a little bastard puppet.
Puppets, bro. My girl makes good ones. But
Make Luke run it in the background the whole time.
But I do get weird messages. Like I get dudes from Africa, like all the time.
What do they say?
They want to be part of the Church of Satan. For real.
And they want you to send them $440.
No, they actually want to send me money.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you ever say,
Do you ever take
sure.
it?
No.
I'd take the fuck out of that money.
I don't want any of their fucking money. I don't want any of their money.
It's probably like fish currency.
I mean, how much money would they offer for you to be like, all right, I'll
like
take
fish
it?
scales.
I've never.
I will give you 300 fish scales.
Well, I get a lot of dudes from like Zimbabwe and Zaire and fucking all kinds of weird fucking places in Africa, and they don't speak the English none too good. So like the message that they send is really broken and weird, and I can't always quite understand it, but I get the gist. And then I'm like, no, dude. No. I had this one kid who was 15 years old and tried to tell me he was a demon.
Of course.
What happened?
Sounds like me when I was 15.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, come on, brother. Yeah, I remember when I was 15 and thought my ideas were original too. Okay, no, you're
so
fucking
edgy.
You're fucking 15 on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, if you're a demon, go kill shit. Okay, don't sit here and tell me about it. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I grew up with MySpace. Thank God that shit's gone.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
yeah, I remember
MySpace was a goddamn nightmare.
MySpace.
I used to write the most douchiest shit. I'm cringing right now just thinking. You're just like setting me back because I was in a one-man black metal band that I was doing by myself. And
Oh shit.
fucking like dressing up. I was ghoul on
Dude,
MySpace. I was such a dick. I would sell myself out. I would fucking go to Encyclopedia Metallum and copy paste all the bands or whatever the fuck to look like. I knew all the extreme
all
bands.
that shit. You knew it all.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But I used to be a fucking dick on fucking MySpace too. I was Patchzilla, I think was my name or some shit. It was so
you
stupid.
definitely had a scene name, didn't you?
I was definitely super seen on that. It was so cringy. And then Zanga before that. You remember Zanga?
No.
It was like
No,
a
what the
live
fuck
journal. It was right before MySpace, right after AOL Instant Messenger. So it was like a live journal blog kind of where you posted and anybody could read it and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some
You were
super
the
cringe
only
on that.
person on that.
No, there's people that were. I'm sure I was one of the few.
No, there's probably other people.
It was
honestly,
big
I don't
for a little
remember
bit.
it because like I was out getting laid, not on the computer.
Okay.
God damn!
Sorry, ouch.
Love it.
Okay, all right, thanks. That's my douchey shot for the night. But no, I never actually heard of any of that. It took me a while to even get on MySpace, and then when I did, I was like, because I was part of a burlesque troupe, and like one of the girls set one up for me. She was like, "You gotta be on MySpace," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "This is stupid,
Dude. I had a MySpace, and then Facebook came around, and I was like, I'm not getting on there.
Yeah, that's what I said.
On Facebook. I'm staying on MySpace.
I used to be that way too. I used to be really defensive. Like, I've been on MySpace. Why would I get on something else?
Well, I don't
Then
need anything else.
Then I got a Facebook, and I never looked at MySpace again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
dude, I had to go back and
down.
delete a bunch of pictures and comments and shit. I had to like send them my fucking I was so sketched out, but I was like, I gotta get back into this account and delete everything because I wrote.
I can't have any of this floating around out here now.
You guys think the retard jokes are bad? The type of shit that I used to say when I was 13 years old on the internet, like I'm not.
Lord.
Oh, dude, it was so bad.
Nice.
It was so fuck. Even pictures, I was like, fuck. I gotta get in here and get rid of everything.
I
Kill
wish
this.
I knew. I wish
Set it on
I
fire.
knew.
Burn it all. Burn it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say some real horrific shit. So I was like, I gotta get in here and fucking delete it.
Well, now, like, when you go back, which is weird that MySpace is still even around, but now when you go back to it, it's just, like, strictly dedicated to, like, minimalistic and music.
Yeah.
It's all about that.
Music.
I mean, who the fuck's really getting on this shit anymore?
Nobody's getting on.
I
The
mean,
only reason why MySpace was cool was because, like, you could put fucking songs on there.
You can edit your profile, too.
Yeah.
I remember I used to put, like, codes in to put, like, all my favorite movies or some shit or some crazy different
Having
background.
to copy and paste, like, book-long HTML
You were like a little
codes.
programmer.
I was
at
such a
that
bag
time.
of dicks. I had the fucking the painting of fucking The Last Supper, and it's got all demons and they're ripping people apart and eating
I've
each
seen
other.
it. I've seen it.
That was
So
my
hardcore.
the background, and then when you
Nice.
got there, it was playing a
That's-
Gorgoroth
That's
song.
metal as fuck.
So the
bro.
people had to scramble to get to the fucking pause button
Jesus
to turn
Christ.
it. Like what the? as soon as they come on my profile, it's just demons and I'm ghoul and fucking.
Look at my top 5. It's Destructo and Repulsor. Just all these fucking.
Meanwhile, I look like the biggest douchebag in the entire world. Thank God
cringe,
that's gone.
Super cringe back then. It's just no one knew what they were doing with social
I'm
media back
glad.
then.
At least you were a grown up when this
I was
shit
a grown
happened.
up when all that shit happened, and all my fucking really horrible, cringy stuff is secret.
Lost to the sands
What
of
kind of
time.
cringy shit have you done?
Sand, it's a time. I'd rather not get into that.
That's okay. We don't have to.
It's fine.
So let's get into something else. So you've traveled a lot.
Yeah, I get around.
Yeah, because you travel with bands and
Yeah.
all this stuff. So I'm sure you've been to some shithole venues and you've been to some
Oh,
good
yeah.
ones. I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
hear about like some places you travel and you're like, where the fuck? Why am I here?
Okay, all right. I got the exact fucking one. All right, I was with Green Jello.
That's the band name?
Yeah,
So
Green
many
Jello.
fucking cool bands.
You never heard of Green
Never
Jello?
heard of any
okay,
of
all right,
these
Green
bands.
Jello. Okay, let me give you a history lesson. Back in 1993, this band called Green Jello had a hit song called "The Three Little Pigs," and Maynard sang on that fucking song from Tool.
Maynard?
Maynard from Tool, was in a band called Green Jello. And this, you can pull it up if you want. It's like it's old.
What's it called again?
Green Jello, the Three Little Pigs.
I think I've seen this before. And this was Maynard was in this band?
Yeah. He's the dude that's singing "Not by the hair of my chinny chin."
And they're all
feel like I've
dressed
heard
up like
this.
wolves and pigs
Yeah,
or
you
whatever the
have
fuck.
because it's a fucking it's
There's a YouTube video.
yeah.
And you used to hang out with these dudes?
It's
all the
got
time?
I go on the
15
road with them
million
all the time.
hits.
Do you still do?
Yeah, I
That's
go on the road
fucking
with
awesome.
them. Like I
I've definitely heard this song.
Yeah,
It's got
of course.
15 million hits.
Yeah, because it's been out since like 1993. Like, but anyway,
MTV didn't suck.
So me, the singer, my dude Lazy and Krusty, who are also in Green Jello, we load up. I go on the road with them. Where I'm stuck in with them all weekend. They play Cincinnati Friday night. We go up to Columbus the Saturday night. Sunday we are going to this place called Bluefield, West Virginia. And I'm like,
The middle of nowhere.
fucking damn right, man. It was like in the mountains. Like we get there like Sunday morning. We drive all night. Lazy and Krusty been power drinking the whole almost all night. They're passed out in the back.
God damn.
We pull up to this fucking place out in the middle of nowhere called the Wild Riders Saloon. And it's a one-story building with fucking bars on the window and big rebel flags in the windows. And I'm like, where the fuck? I'm getting no bars. I can't get a fucking signal out. I'm like, where the fuck are we? It's like it's the 1800s all of a sudden at this weird fucking bar.
Like, I like cowboy movies, but this is getting fucking extreme
this
right
is
now.
weird. Okay, all right. So we get a hotel, and it'll be fun. Bill's like, it'll be fine. It's cool. So we get a hotel, and we all fucking sleep the rest of the day. And then come nighttime, me, Lazy, and Krusty, we go to the venue. Bill's still sleeping, so we let him sleep. And we're setting up and shit like that, and hanging out. And me and so like. I'm like hanging out, bullshitting with people, and like I'm talking to Lazy, and Lazy's like, "Oh, have you met the owner of this place?" And like the place didn't have chicken wire over the fucking the stage, but I really thought it should have. Like they had big glass cases of alligators that this dude raised, like the owner
That's
raised.
awesome.
Metal as fuck.
Yeah, it was like there was like 3 of them. 2 of them were really fucking big. One was smaller in his own cage, and he was like, "Oh, have you met the owner?" And I was like, "No." Because this place had this real sketchy hillbilly fucking we're gonna rape you in the woods kind of vibe, like this is not
Real hill
yeah. This is
Deliverance,
yeah,
the bar.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, in a bar without a boat.
Is that banjo music I hear?
Yeah,
Fuck, I gotta get out of here.
Fuck, we're out of here. Go. So I'm like, well, who's the owner? And he points to this big black dude. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, that's the owner. His name's Reggie. He's super nice. And I go up and I'm like, hey, I'm Jason I do the Super
And this
Safe
was the
show.
90s. It was the first time you met a black guy.
No. This
Not
was
the
actually
90s.
this year.
Oh, okay.
This was this year. And yeah, we the dude was black, and I'm like, what the fuck is it? You know,
The super redneck bar you're expecting.
Yeah. I'm expecting a super big fat white dude to be running this place.
Big corn straw coming out of his mouth.
You know,
10-gallon hat.
maybe a cheesy prison Klan tattoo. You know, I mean, just you know,
Spurred boots with no horse.
Nothing like that. This dude was really nice. His name was Reggie, and I'm like, wow, this is cool. I guess because you know, so I get back to the hotel and we get Bill, and I'm like, dude, you'll never believe the who owns this bar. And he's like, who? And I'm like, some black dude. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, there's like rebel flags everywhere in this place. And like, I couldn't.
Just blew you away.
Yeah, blew me away. I'm like, okay, cool. And like, so, if you know anything, well, I know you guys don't know anything about Green Jello, but like Green Jello has 800 people in the band, and I'm not kidding. They're a Guinness Book World Record holder for having the most people in their band.
That doesn't even make sense.
But listen, here's how he does it. The singer, it's just the singer, right? He lives in Hollywood, and he books his shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and he flies to wherever he's got those shows and tells people, hey, I'm gonna be here, and whoever lives in that region shows up. So he ends up with like 4 bass players, 6 guitar players, and a couple of drummers. But they all get up on fucking stage.
I'm sorry, he pulled it up.
I looked it up and I said, how many members are in Green Jello? And it said at least 2.
At least 2. No, he has
Now they're called Green Jelly, and they put the umlaut, the 2 little dots
okay,
over
what
the
happened
Y.
was when Green Jello like got big, the Jello brand company sued them.
Oh, no.
Sued the record company. No, this is no shit. This really happened. I even asked him. I was like, how fucking ridiculous was that meeting? He was like, dude, so ridiculous. I was like,
I'd never eat Jello again. I'd be like, fucking off-brand for life.
Fuck Jello, motherfuckers. But yeah, that's what they just put the umlauts, and they're like, it's still Jello.
781 active members.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And they're all over the country. He's got dudes in Europe. He's got dudes in Mexico. He's got dudes in Canada. And he tours. He just shows up, and like weird people that he meets on the internet, and they fucking pick him up in the airport, and we all hang out. It's pretty great.
Are the shows clusterfucks musically? I mean, like, do they sound like shit?
No, some of them, they actually, some of them aren't even plugged in. They're just up there.
Acapella guitar.
Yeah, you know, but they're up there, and Bill likes to give people the experience of being up on stage, because some of these dudes, that's the only thing they fucking do, and they're kind of weird, and you know, still listening to a band that's been, you know, all together since the fucking 90s.
It's a very original thought to what a band is or could be.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it is. I mean, all region based. Some of them might play differently.
They do,
but they still know the songs.
It's all the same songs.
You know, so each one, depending where he's at, could have a very unique original flair that you hadn't heard before, and you might, you know, if you fall in love with that version of it, you know. And I'm sure if you asked him, he'd be like, you know, I really like playing with my Polish band.
Yeah,
you know, something like that.
I've met some of the dudes. I've not met any of the West Coast dudes. And they're always like, we're the best coast. And I'm like, oh, of course you fucking say that. Yeah.
West Coast is
fucking
best
guitar.
coast.
How did
fucking guitar players?
I'm still curious. Did you get to go back to Reggie and talk with him? And
I just hung out and talked to him. But like, I mean, I didn't ask him. Like, I didn't go, what the fuck?
No, I'm stuck on it because what a genius idea to know your area and then be like, hold on a minute.
Yeah. Here's what I
could
came
try
up
to
with.
take a stance, or I can try to take all these poor white people's money.
Which is what
that's
I fucking
what the
thought.
fuck I respect about Reggie.
Exactly. I was like, okay, here's what I came up with. I was like, okay, Southern is Southern, and I don't know how Southern you boys are, but I've been further south, and I'll tell you what, man, it isn't. I'll tell you what, man. Southern is Southern. That means something to those people. Mm-hmm. And whether, you know, whatever bullshit we may put to it, if you ain't from there, you don't fucking know. And that's just, you know, how it is.
Yeah.
But, or, like you said, he's just taking those white people. He knows this fucking area, and he's just gonna fucking take all these white people's money.
I like that.
I'm cool.
Make that money.
Yeah, get that money. Get 2 fucking scoops of that money, because them dudes there was people there on a Sunday night, and
I just think what a genius business plan. Like, hold on, like how is like I'm not gonna open up like a club of my liking in this area.
Yeah, no.
Hold on, let me take a drive around. Let me get a feel for the area. And
Test the wind. Test the wind and see where. Yeah, it's blowing this way. Yeah, okay. The wind's of racism right here. Yep, okay.
Puts on his whitest voice. It's like Black Klansman. He calls the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah,
Yes, I'll
hey,
take
how's it going?
Hey, could I get several rebel flags, some Klan pamphlets? He puts them all on the front door and
just
shit like
lays
that.
them around on the bar, fucking tables and shit like that.
And then he hides in the back, and there's I like to imagine. I've never been to this bar. But there's a pane of one-way glass that you can see
and
through,
just,
but no one can see.
No one can see
and
him.
he sits back there and rubs all this white money all over him. He's naked. He jerks off with it.
He's banging out fucking trashy white bitches all day long, you know, because he can. You know,
It's Reggie.
It's Reggie. It's fucking Reggie, man.
And they're
Come on.
counting his money.
He's like literally just because he's the only black dude there. He's probably cooler than 90% of the fucking people within a 20-mile fucking radius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
So yeah, of course he's fucking all those white bitches.
What
too.
other
Good
places have you been to?
I've been to. Let's see. I've been to Chicago.
I'm going there for the first time in 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Great
cool.
city.
Where are you going?
I just the middle of Chicago for a wedding. It's for a wedding, but
Okay.
I'm going there for like 4 days.
Cool.
And I don't know what the fuck to do. What the fucking bean?
Try.
I don't want to touch that thing.
Yeah, I want to flick the bean either.
I feel like I have to flick it.
Yeah,
I have to.
yeah,
I
you
kind of
have to, but I mean, it's
flicking the bean.
obligatory.
Listen to the other comedy guests we've had on, and go watch a show.
Yeah,
watch a show.
there's I think the Viper Room in Chicago. I think that's what it was called. I went there. I went there on the road with, we were at some Irish fucking pub when I was there, and I don't think they have punk rock there all the time, so, I don't remember the name of the place, but we went to, there's a place called Exit, and the bars stay open there till 5 in the fucking morning, dude.
Sold.
Dude, yeah. 5 in the morning. We're at this bar, and they're playing cool punk rock and shit like that. This DJ is throwing down some cool shit, like some old Gangrene and stuff like that. And I'm like, fucking, this place is cool. All right. And they had like a goth fucking deal going on upstairs.
Right.
And I'm like, so I pull the bartender. I was like, hey, bro, come on. Let me talk at you a second. Where's the rock and roll in this town? And he's like, what? I was like, where's the fucking live music, in this town? Like, and he didn't have an answer for me. And I'm like, this is supposed to be like, we Googled the most punk rock bar in fucking Chicago, and this place came up, was the first thing that came up. And you're telling me you don't have any fucking idea who's playing anywhere? I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're leaving. We're out of here. So, but, let's see.
Is the pizza good? That's honestly,
the pizza
I really
was
want to try
awesome.
the,
The
I want to
pizza
try the
is
pizza.
fucking awesome. Yes, do have the pizza. Let's see.
I think you should try it. I mean, I liked it, but it's to
you've
me.
been there. That's right.
Yeah, I've been there a bunch of times. But to me, Chicago is more than just like if you're gonna go up there and get some fucking food. Just go to any restaurant. Like the restaurants are gonna be.
We're gonna be
delicious.
the middle of downtown.
They don't
Okay,
stay open
yeah.
if those restaurants do not fucking stay open
And
if they aren't good.
Apparently, they do they're more experimental with food up there.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know. This dude was telling me. I'm a friend of mine from Voice of Addiction. We stayed at his place when we were on the road, and he was telling us like there's all kinds of weird restaurants in Chicago because people try different stuff here.
Right.
So yeah, try restaurants.
I've been trying to go there for so long. Anytime I've had a chance, like if I had a show there or something, something awful would happen and our van would break down or we'd crash it or some shit, or just something awful would happen and it would just stop me from going. So I'm really excited to go.
Good.
You'll have a great time. Just walk around the city.
Really fun.
Yeah, there's
we're-
all kinds of stuff there.
Yeah,
all
I'm
kinds
pretty
of stuff.
excited about it.
What's your favorite city to go to, man?
It's a tough one.
I don't know. I'm not really. Usually, most of the time, I don't really have a whole lot of time to do a lot of sightseeing.
Right.
Okay. One
You're
time
there for business.
Yeah, pretty much. One time though, we were in a place called Tamaqua. And remember that story I told you about going to Philadelphia? Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. When we went to Philadelphia, we did a show. We did the show at this place called the Kung Fu Necktie in Philadelphia, and then immediately we packed up the shit and drove to this place called Tamaqua, and we hung out at this. It was like an artist loft type of deal, and it was a private party that these guys, the Green Jello, was playing. So we hung out there, and like, dude took us back to his place. We were like up in the mountains, in the middle again, in the middle of a snowstorm. You know, there's fucking snow everywhere, and I'm like, fucking great. This is where we die. This is where we get killed.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that'd be horrifying.
Sounds like
Kinda,
you took you out there to kill
We're
you.
in the middle of nowhere. We have no idea where we are. You know. So the next day we get up, and they're all like, "Oh, let's do this. We're going to this place called Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is the next gig that night." But we had all day. So we're sitting at this dude's house, and they're all like, "Let's go to Hershey and have hot chocolate and blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "No! Somewhere in the state, there is a mine fire that has been burning since 1969.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah,
And let's
I've heard about
fucking
this.
go there." We did. We totally went there.
Isn't it like Silent Hill?
Yeah, it's totally like
Yeah.
Silent, but there wasn't
Like a
there
lot
wasn't
of
any
fog?
there wasn't any. No, dude, it was fucking snowing, dude. It was fucking. There was like.
She was like Silent Hill.
No, but the town
It
is
was like-
abandoned completely.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's an
there's
abandoned
no
town.
town. There is no
Why?
town. It's
Is it
gone.
because of the fire?
Yeah, because of the fire. Because like apparently the coal has been burning underneath this fucking down in this mine literally since the 60s. And like there's spots, okay? Like there's this place
Gas
called
pockets.
yeah, that gas or actually no hot spots. Let me check this out. So we get to this place called the Graffiti Highway, which was the road that led into the town. All right, we pulled. The only thing that we saw, like there was a couple houses kind of in the area, but no town. But there were two graveyards. There were two graveyards across the road from each other, and like these weird vents that were jutted out of the ground, and I guess they were releasing heat or whatever. So, and then we get to like this place. We walk down into where this road called the abandoned or the Graffiti Highway, and it was where the road that actually went into the town. All right, and it was a snowstorm. There's snow everywhere, but we get down to this couple of spots where it's dry blacktop from the heat underneath down in the mines, heating up the asphalt underneath and fucking cooking off the snow. There was spots where the road had actually split and like pulled apart, and like somebody had thrown an old Christmas tree in there, and it was all black and it was still smoldering. And it's probably been there since December. You know, it was pretty crazy, and like. There was dudes just riding, razors and ATVs and stuff running around. And
Is there a lot of people?
This is a
out there?
stupid question. Is there a reason like why they can't put it out, or is it just like we're just gonna let it
You
go?
can't.
Is it just
It's
impossible?
a mine's worth of coal. What are you
Yeah.
gonna put
I mean,
on
I
it?
was just curious.
can't.
Like, is it really?
They actually think it's starting to slowly burn itself out, because eventually it will burn itself out. But
Right.
yeah, it's down in the earth. You can't. There's nothing anybody can do about it. That's why they abandoned the town and everybody had to move. Like I said, there are a few houses there, and those people are old and they don't want to fucking move, and they don't. That's it. And it was pretty cool. Like we walked up through down the highway, down this the graffiti highway or whatever, and I got some video of that. You can see me and Krusty are standing there. They're drinking beer. This dude's, it's fucking 20-some degrees out, and this dude's got a 40-ounce of beer, like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And then, we walked around a little bit, and that was pretty cool. That was probably the coolest thing I got to do when I've been out on the road. Mm-hmm. I highly suggest you if you go in the summertime. It's pretty neat.
That's fucking awesome.
That sounds really
really
fucking
made me
cool.
want to go to some fucking abandoned shithole town.
Yeah,
in
dude.
Do you ever go?
Pennsylvania.
Then we went and got drunk at this place called the Drunken Monkey, which was like about a mile away from the town, or by a mile away from where we were, because like we drove past it on the way, and Krusty was like, "We're stopping to have a beer." Fucking yeah, so we stopped there. And
It sounds like you do a lot of road traveling. Do you ever fly or anything like that?
no, I'm not, I don't think I can fly.
I fucking
Never
hate
flown?
flying.
Oh, I have. I just
What
don't
makes you not like flying?
I just don't think I can anymore.
Like legally or
legally, yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I think I'm on a no-fly list.
Do you make a scene or some shit? Join the Mile High Club a little too
You
loud?
talk about
Okay,
this?
all right, yeah. I'll talk.
Can we
All
talk?
right, yeah, we'll talk about this story. All right, so this was a long time ago. Still after 9/11. So I'm down in Florida in Fort Lauderdale, and I'm with my girl. We are at at her friend's wedding. I know no one at this wedding except the girl who's getting married. And
That's awkward.
yeah.
Why I wouldn't even go?
And, well, you know, wanted to be cool, you know, just wanted to go, was trying to be nice, doing the good boyfriend thing, you know, fucking didn't have any weed, any of that shit. And I'm uptight. By the time we get back on the I get back on the plane. She's like, oh, I'm going to visit my parents who live down in Florida, so you're flying back by yourself. See you later. I went, cool, all right. I get there about 2.5 hours early because that's how you have to fucking do it. And I get there, and there's this woman and her dad and a toddler. I guess the woman's little girl. And the little girl is fucking screaming. Just fucking screaming. Just
cringe.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, this is going to suck. And, yeah, so for 2.5 hours, this little girl screamed, and the acoustics in there were really awesome, so everybody got to hear this little girl scream.
Thank God. I was hoping that some people wouldn't get to hear it.
Yeah, you know. I've been like, so, anyway, we get on the plane, I'm like, this kid will just scream herself out and be all right, you know.
Fuck no.
No, dude. We got on the plane. The fucking kid screamed. She couldn't pop her ears.
Just like a Yoko Ono live concert.
Dude, I'm like,
never ends.
Okay, so from Fort Lauderdale to Dayton, Ohio is a 2-hour and 20-minute flight. Okay, that kid screamed all the way to Dayton, and I'm like, the captain comes on. He's like, this is your captain speaking. We've got about 20 minutes before we'll be landing in Dayton International Airport. The air temperature is 82 degrees. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, they give you headphones, right? On the flight that I was on, they gave you headphones, but the problem was you couldn't turn it up past 32.
And they probably never been washed.
And I'm like, no, they were brand new. They were like in a plastic bag. You know, these were nice. These were nice. You know, I don't know what kind of weird hobo flight you're on. But
I was gonna say that.
I mean, I've never been on a flight where I've been on like maybe 30 flights. I've never been handed headphones.
Okay, all right. So I'm trying to I'm like mashing that fucking volume button. Like, dear God, do it. Give me
Starting a fire.
2 more, please. Just 2 more. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't. And I lean over. You know, she's across the aisle and about 3 seats back from me.
You fucking.
I was like, hey. And again, I'm on a plane. You have to project to be heard. And I was like, could you please shut your child up? Please. And chick just lost her fucking mind. She starts cussing at me. What the fuck am I supposed to do? God damn it. Bah, 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 bah. Fucking gets super aggro, right? And like, next thing I know, the stewardess comes up to me and she's like, sir, what did you say to that woman? And I'm like, I asked her to shut her child up. She's like, obviously, sir, you don't have children. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it's against FAA regulations, cuss on an airplane, sir. This, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah.
But she cursed.
Exactly. I could have weaved a torrent of filth that would have drugged that fucking airplane out of the cocksucking sky. All I wanted to do was get home because I had a half bag of weed sitting in my fucking
That's
house.
all that matters.
I was like,
I just need rainbow.
I just need to get there. But I was more amazed that I didn't cuss, you know? And I was like, but wait. And she was like, well, whatever. You'll be dealt with when we land. And I'm like, fucking whatever. Okay, whatever that means. So, the plane lands. We taxi up to the gate. The captain gets on. He's like, this is your captain speaking. Everybody please remain in your seatbelts fastened. Thank you. Air marshal fucking gets on the fucking plane. Walks up to me. Bam. Points right at me. Fucking gives me one of these. Come with me. And I'm like, sweet, first one off the plane.
Everyone was getting up, clapping or some
no,
shit.
Well, wait, no, okay. Wait, no, actually, no, they did. They fucking
clapped at the end of it?
Clapped.
I hate when people do that shit on planes.
Well, okay, as an amateur entertainer, you take whatever whatever fucking accolades you can get. I said, thank you, you've been a lovely audience. Good night. You know, I don't know why they were clapping. Maybe they were clapping because I'm a fucking dickhead and yelled at a lady with her baby. They won't just shut the fuck up, or
they're probably clapping because the flight was finally fucking over.
Or maybe thank God at least this dude fucking had the balls to say something. But I think it's probably the first one that I just look like a dickhead.
I would be clapping for the latter.
Yeah, I mean, good on you, dude. Fuck yeah, you can go off. You can get off the plane first. Congrats. So I get to the fucking front of the plane. There's 2 fucking Dayton, Ohio police officers waiting there for me.
Oh, we're gonna arrest you for vocalizing your.
Don't talk.
Yeah,
for your First Amendment
right. The cop asks me for my ID, takes me up to the top of the ramp while the other one stays in the back and fucking asks the flight crew. I actually thanked the flight crew. I said, "Thank you for a lovely flight. Thank you guys."
I survived.
They were fucking stink eyeing me hard, like, I can't believe you fucking do that, you son of a bitch. You obviously don't have children. Fucking children.
That's
I
so
do.
dumb.
And
I do have
I can
children. I'm
tell
a
ya.
fucking granddad, by the way. Fucking suck a dick. So I just don't have the T-shirt on. Oh, look at me, I got kids.
I'm a granddad, and my grandkid bought this shirt.
Yeah, no shit. So
Don't judge a grandpa from September.
So like the guy asked me what happened, and I told him, I was like, dude, look, I have been next to this woman for fucking 4.5 hours, and that little girl has done nothing but fucking scream. You know, there's like 2 to 3 airports in America where I can go smoke a cigarette inside. But, you know, fuck me, right? You know, I can not be annoying and like can I start screaming? I paid the same amount of money as she did. Can I just start screaming then? Well, no, you can't be blah blah. And I'm like, well, somebody needs to do something because I'm not trying to be an asshole. I just wanted 20 minutes of fucking quiet time because landing is the sketchiest fucking part. Okay, just wanted fucking quiet. Because landing does. It fucks with me. It bothers me. All right.
It's kind of freaky, to be
Yeah, it's
honest.
a little fucking freaky.
It's always
I just
freaky.
want a little fucking, to center myself.
I love landing. I'm like, oh, it's finally over. Thank
Yeah.
God.
But, and so, and the cop goes, well, obviously you don't have children. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. Yeah, I do have kids, man, whatever. Anyway, so the other cop goes down, and the one that was stayed behind to talk to the flight crew comes up, asks me the same thing. And I tell him the same thing. I can't smoke anywhere in America, but fucking screaming kids are completely acceptable. Fuck you. You know, that 4.5 hours of a screaming child is excessive by any fucking stretch. I'm sorry.
You're trapped by it. That's
I'm
fucking
I'm
torture.
trapped. 10,000 feet in the air. Fucking, yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. And I get it. The little kid couldn't fucking pop its ears or whatever. You know?
Fuck that little kid.
Yeah, I'm saying that too.
And
fuck that little
that parent for not being able to get that shit under control for him.
Rent a goddamn car and drive your ass back to fucking...
Fix your kid before you go on a flight. Figure it out.
So,
I agree.
yeah,
I'm a dad.
Common decency.
Yeah.
I'm a dad. I agree.
So, the cop's like, well, obviously you don't have children. And I'm like, motherfucker. Okay, yeah. I'm like, officer, I got kids. So they're letting people off the plane at this point. All right. And like, there are all these passengers are like seeing me get shaken down by the fucking cops. And they're like, oh my God, what's that? What's that? So both of them are fucking standing there in front of me. And one of them goes, okay, Mr. Staley, here's what's going to happen. You can either A, go downtown and get arrested for get booked for disturbing the peace, or B, you can go over there and apologize to that woman. And I went, well, that's hardly a choice at all now, isn't it? Can I have my ID? I took my ID and I put it in my pocket and I picked up my suit and I walked up to that lady and I took off my Slayer hat and I said, ma'am, I'm terribly sorry that I made you cry. I didn't. That was not my intention. However, I've been sitting next to you literally since Fort Lauderdale, and I know for a fact your child has not stopped screaming. I mean, she was sitting there quiet now because, air pressure and all that. She's fine now. But, like, literally, your kid screamed for 4.5 hours. That's a bit excessive. Ooh, blah, blah. And she's just start fucking just tumbling. I could tell this woman was frustrated. Because that would, imagine having to deal with that.
Yeah.
You can't just, you can't, do the thing in MASH where you just strangle the chicken so the fucking Koreans won't find you. I mean, you can't just fucking...
Hey, that was a dark episode.
It was, right? Alan Aldo got really fucking dark on that.
That was
one.
a really dark episode.
I'm glad somebody caught that. Thank you. I don't feel so old now. You guys are looking at me like, what the fuck is MASH?
I'm familiar with
I have
MASH.
no idea what you're talking
I just
about. Oh, wait,
never
I watched
watched it.
MASH.
Yeah,
I watched
okay.
MASH.
MASH.
That specific episode he's referencing is fucked.
Yeah.
I've only seen a handful of episodes, but I know
all right,
MASH.
All right. So anyway, so I was like, well, ma'am, I'm sorry. And she was like, well, what? I was like, ma'am, you could have rented a car. You could have, did something. You could have gave your kid half a shot. My mom gave me, my mom used to fly all over the place with me. And you know what she did? She gave me half a shot of NyQuil.
Pass out.
Yeah, you're
It's the
done.
right move.
Drug your kids.
Drug your children.
Do it.
And like, man, you would have thought
Scissor.
you would have thought I took a dump right on a picture of the Pope, right? And wiped my ass with the American flag right afterwards because they were like, the cops, the air marshal, everybody. They were like, oh my God, I can't believe you would suggest that. And I'm like, what? Fuck you. I'm like, ma'am, do you accept my apology? And she was like, fine, but but you can't yell at mothers anymore. And I went, great. I'm not gonna yell at mothers.
Cool.
And I'm
Whatever,
like,
get me
great.
the fuck out of here.
I'm like, great.
She's
great.
the patron saint of mothers.
I looked at the cop.
Some cunt that let her daughter cry for 4 hours on a flight.
Fuck you.
She's a saint now.
And like, and I'm like, I look at the cop, and he's like, okay. And I'm like, cool, bye. And I walk away, and I'm walking towards where I think the luggage is. And the air marshal, and the lady, but I forgot to say, the lady fucking looked at me and says, well, obviously you don't have children.
They all said it?
Literally everyone fucking said that to me. Obviously you don't have children. So, the fucking air marshal comes up to me and he's like, sir, your reservation has been red flagged and you will no longer be able to fly on this airplane, on this particular flight, or whatever fucking
Delta
airport
or whatever.
It was a Delta. It was a Delta spinoff or some shit.
Yeah.
Somebody Delta bought. But anyway, and I'm like, well, that's unfortunate. Now where the fuck is my luggage? I'm like, literally, because he was kind of a scrawny dude, I mean, he didn't look like much, and I'm like, where the fuck is my luggage?
You're faking him out? Like, bitch.
Because I had quite enough and that bullshit.
And that fucking half bag's just.
I know. I'm just like,
goddamn
I gotta get there. I've got an hour drive, and I can fucking be there smoking a fat fucking joint, watching some Seinfeld reruns right the fuck now.
That sounds like a really good Netflix time.
And like so like I get my fucking luggage. And I get my stuff, and I'm standing outside. And again, all these people that were on the plane are fucking cow-eyeing me like, oh, my God, the police let him go. What's going on here? And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm smiling at him like, yeah, fuck you. I get outside, and I literally light up fucking 3 cigarettes. And I'm like... I'm blowing
all 3 at once.
All 3... Seriously, all 3 at once. I was like, fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck every one of you. Get some of my fucking secondhand death, you pieces of shit. How dare you all fucking just let that shit happen. Fuck you. And... So I get on this little
I can't see why they don't let you on planes.
I'm pretty reasonable.
You obviously
man.
don't have kids.
Obviously, you don't have children.
It's because of the lack of kids, I guess.
I get on this bus to take me to the parking lot to where my fucking car is, right? And again, some of these people that were on the plane with me are fucking on this little bus with me, and they're fucking side-eyeing me and cow-eyeing me and shit. And I'm just like, I see it all. I see them all, and I'm fucking smiling at them like, fuck with me, because I'm really mad, and I'm going to fucking snap off on somebody.
I'm going to snap
off, and it's going to be ugly. And this little old lady that's sitting next to me, God bless her, she was the only one that actually had any fucking balls. She goes, excuse me, sir, I saw them take you off the airplane. What happened? And I was like, well, apparently I'm a terrorist, and I yell at babies. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, this fucking lady had a fucking kid in the back, and, like, it screamed for, like, 4.5 hours. And she's like, oh, yeah, I hate that. You obviously don't have any children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really fucking said that?
You really said that.
Oh, my God.
Literally. That's
how many kids do you have, Jason?
I have 2. I have a son who's out of the Navy. He's 25, and my daughter's 22, and she just had a little boy. He's a couple weeks old.
And they were probably in their teens or early 10s when this shit happened, and everyone's telling you you're not a father.
Yeah.
You never brought it up, though, to be like, oh, fuck you guys, yes I am.
They're people like that don't want to hear what you actually have. They just want you
Why
to be...
argue?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of there and smoke your weed.
They just want you to be the dickhead so they can be right. And all I did was just go, yeah, I'm the dickhead. Great. So I could get back home to smoke my fucking weed, so I could not be less of a dickhead, because I was pretty cranky. I tell you, man, I kept it together. I thought I did really well. I mean, I hadn't had a cigarette in like 4 hours, and I'm like, fucking
screaming child.
I was, and yelling at me for cussing. I'm like, but I didn't. I'm like, if I have any reason to cuss, it's right now, and I didn't. So fuck you.
You kept your cool.
I kept my cool. I was the grown up mostly. I tried to be, but it didn't matter. I was the dickhead, and I yelled at a fucking little baby, but I don't care, because that baby needed to shut the fuck up.
Baby deserved it.
Well, fuck you, baby.
Fuck you, baby.
And actually,
Jason, baby bitch.
Jason screaming at that baby was brought to you by Anthony Tank Mansfield. That's
our sponsor.
Well, we forgot to do the sponsor read.
Okay,
go. Dude, you've been awesome all day.
Seriously.
We're running out of time here, but I got to do this
Thanks
read.
so much
really.
for having me on,
Fuck
guys.
yeah,
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming on, dude. It was a good
You just have so many fucking stories. So
Really?
I'm
Will you come back on sometime?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Come back on.
That
Let's
would be
talk some
fucking
more
great,
shit.
dude.
Cool. I love that.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's make that
Thank
fucking
you.
happen.
Seriously, thank you.
Been a
I'm just
great
old
guest.
and I've been around a while.
We'll plug the rest of your shit. I'm gonna plug the.
Yeah, let us talk about our sponsor.
Okay, sponsor. Go.
Okay.
Brought to you in part by.
Kneel to no one. That's Anthony Tank Mansfield. He actually filled in for me because I was at work like a lame during the live event at the Pike Tattoo Company. That'll be out whenever the fuck I get time to edit that shit. I'm a busy man.
Yeah,
I'll try to get it
What's going
done.
on?
We'll put it out as a bonus episode. You guys will get to see it eventually. But Luke Patton Mansfield, that bad motherfucker, held it down. They had a great time. They pulled people out of line. They talked to a lot of interesting people. There's a lot of good shit there. Yeah,
it
you
was
guys
a
got
good-
tattooed.
yeah, it was a
Nice.
good fucking time. Be ready for that episode. We talked to a lot of different people.
And
Good fucking
Mansfield's
episode.
more than just a good third mic, a good me when I'm not there to be me. He also makes this dope glassware. This is a samurai sifter glass that I'm holding
We're all
up right
using
here.
them.
He's got the kneel to no one on one side, a samurai mask on the other, these awesome swords. He makes the Hop Thulu glasses, which we have somewhere. Right here, kneel to no one on one side, Hop Thulu on the other. He
Nice.
makes custom designs, art, t-shirts, enamel pins. Hit him up. You need something for your house, he'll do a fucking phenomenal job. Like, you need some custom art to hang around your house, he does these cool wood board paintings. I've got a couple of them, the
He's
Sharpie
taking
drawings.
commissions.
He's taking commissions now. Eat
Taking
that shit up.
commissions.
It's not that expensive, and
the
you'll
guy
get
some
some
work.
quality art. Go buy
Right.
some art, buy
him
a
up.
t-shirt, hit that man up.
Give him a hand job.
Give him
Yeah.
a hand
Give him a
job.
fucking hand job.
Give him a reach around while
You
you eat
know,
his asshole
sure.
and while he nuts on a vegetable, a guy in a vegetative
in a
state.
vegetative state.
I've got a cripple in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Those
He's
retarded kids reading
defenseless. He's
poetry.
defenseless. There's nothing. He's not going to stop you. He's defenseless.
Fuck.
Give him a donkey punch while you're at it. Sure.
So shout out Kneel to no one.
Kneel to no one.
Yeah, seriously.
Fuck yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
That's KNEELTONOONE.com.
yeah.
Dude, I was
forgot to
so
do that.
amped on
Oh,
that.
he was so fucking
Dude,
pumped on it, bro.
I was like, I can get it, and I got it my first try at the Pike Tattoo, and then I said it like 3 more times just
When
to
you guys
do
did
it.
the read?
Yeah, when he was doing the read, like fucking Mansfield was eyeing him like, you better say this right, Luke. You better not fuck
He
this
was,
up.
and I got it. I
Because
nailed
I
it.
got it.
rarely fuck it up, so he's got some quality expectations and shit,
Oh
man.
shit.
Yeah.
It was good. I met him. I hope.
Yeah. Also, listeners, be on the lookout for new T-shirts from us. You can still buy that. We still have T-shirts. We'll
we
get
have a
sizes
couple
printed.
left. Yeah.
I mean, if you really want one, get one or hold out. We've got some dope designs coming from Danny Babcock. Whenever he gets them to us, he gets them to us. I'm not going to hound that dude for. I know that whatever he's going to hit us with is going to be fucking
It'll
quality.
be awesome.
So don't
It's
pester
going
him.
to be never.
Let him
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
let
we
him,
haven't
never.
we messaged him once. Like,
let
take
the
your
ar-
time, buddy.
Let the
And-
artist do his thing.
We didn't even tell the man what the draw was. Like, just here's money, draw some cool shit. You are a phenomenal
Nice,
artist.
seriously.
I
Nice.
am gonna be just as surprised as everybody else when we finally see these designs. We're gonna slap them bitches on T-shirts and we're gonna fucking sell them to you. But it's gonna be something you'll look cool when you're going outside. I
Right.
promise
Yeah.
you.
Your
They're
tits
cool.
are gonna look awesome.
Whatever
Yeah.
art that
Facts.
dude's putting on our fucking T-shirts, for sure you're gonna want to have that. So be on the lookout for that shit.
Yeah.
Check out Jasone Staley's shit. Of course, go out there and check out a Super Satan show. The Super Satan
Subscribe
show
to
in
it.
October. Go watch it live on Facebook. Go look at the old YouTube videos. Subscribe there so that he's forced to upload the whole catalog to YouTube. Make this dude fucking famous. Get that puppet on the news.
Thank
I
you.
want his girlfriend to be able to fucking watch the news again when there's a Super Satan puppet out
Right,
there.
you know,
Yeah.
Rule 34. If there's something that exists, there's a porn of it. So
Yeah.
maybe there'll be a puppet
There'll be
porn
puppet
sometime
porn.
in the future.
I'm sure there is puppet porn.
yeah.
It's,
Oh, I guarantee there's puppet
The-
porn.
the
but
thing
Super
is-
Satan puppet porn.
Yeah, but this thing, he's not machine washable, guys.
No.
It
They'd
would
have to
stain
make
the,
a
it would
second.
stain the
Neither is
puppet.
this jacket, so I get it. It
Yeah,
starts smelling
yeah,
bad
yeah,
after
no.
a while and shit.
I mean, like, you can, if you look close, man, there's shit. I
That's
mean,
the
it's-
kisses.
That's gross, man. It's,
Ew. You know, so after they kissed, they never washed it?
No.
Fuck no, that doesn't get washed.
No. I told you, it's not machine washable, dude. It's just, you stained that motherfucker.
So you
He's
said
it's
you
on
also
there.
have like a show that's coming up too, right?
I do. I've got, this Friday, I've got Cult of Sorrow with their...
What's next week?
It'll
after
be
this
out.
Sunday?
It'll be out
Next
this
week.
Sunday. So
this,
after that,
What?
You
It'll
said
be out
Octo-
Sunday.
Yeah, this episode comes out this
Oh,
Sunday.
okay, all right.
So anything after that.
Hold on, let me see here. Let me pull up the
Yeah, check
calendar.
it out.
Wait,
Also,
wait.
while he's pulling that up, make sure you check out our Reddit page and our YouTube page, r/the
here we
Bastard
go.
Sermon, and make sure you check out the Bastard Sermon on YouTube. Go on, Jason.
All right, next week I have Run Rabbit Run. Are you guys hip to
I know
that?
who they are.
I
It's
love,
female fronted, right?
Yeah.
Abby Finch.
yes, Abby
is her
Finch
name.
and Austin Miller is the other guy that backs her up, and they've got a great fucking act. If you haven't seen that, do yourself a favor and check it out. You know, they're actually good, and Abby is cute, but they're actually a really good fucking band.
I've heard a lot of good I've known about them for a long time. I've heard a lot of good things.
Yeah,
I've been thinking about asking them to come on.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, yeah, they're real nice people.
Real
Real good friends of mine. Real good friends. And then I have some burlesque show Saturday night at Southgate House Revival that they want me to fucking shoot or some shit. I don't know.
Fuck yeah. Be there. Be there or be square.
Do it.
Come on out.
Show up, protest, whatever you
Whatever
gotta
you
do.
want.
Have fun.
Why wait to go to hell when you can shake hands with the devil right now?
Yeah.
Right
Fantastic.
You
way to
obviously
end
don't
it.
have children if you don't go.
That's right.
Yeah.
Clearly you don't. And if you do have children, offer them up to me. Guys,
Thanks
thank you.
again.
Seriously, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. You're
Thanks for coming on, man.
fantastic.
For real, thank you.
No problem.
Let's all
dude.
shake hands while we're still recording.
Yay. We're all shaking hands.
We're here.
One last
Yay.
applause. Thank you. And you clap
Until
for yourself.
next
I love
time,
it.
folks.
Thanks,
Good night.
Good night,
Next
y'all.
week.